Hi. Hello. How are you? Welcome to another beach episode. Another chill vibe at Noki Bay. Yo, he's in Noki Bay. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you studied. I'm glad you studied your Mario geology. Where the fuck you at now? There's like 2 people telling you. Please listen, Shay. We fit theme spotted? You might be right. I don't want to switch the tab to look. You might be right. It's like that classic video. It's like DS and Wii. I don't even know what the words are. It's like Footager, Arrow, Fudanari, Arrow. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but those are the words it says, and that's the video we're listening to. Just some chill vibes. Almost like I typed it before you started yapping about it, you bum. The message is already in chat. Fruta get Euro. I don't know if that's right either. I like the hat margarita. Thank you. They're 2 weeks old. The margarita has it on stale, and so has the hat. They're both old. How's the volume on the music? It looks chill. It looks like a chill vibe to listen to me yap to for like 3 hours. I do have some plans. They'll never be stale, Lutz. Thank you, liar. Plans good, sick. I do have some plans, but they are yapping plans. Like me and you are here, and we're gonna yap, and that's just what we do today. You know what I mean? You're stale. Thank you. Thank you for crushing my confidence as soon as I gained it. I felt good for a little while. It is over, though. It is so over. What do you guys want to yap about? Do you want to just go down my list, or do you guys want to kill some time? What have you guys been up to today? I've been watching the Sage Jam Slam. I ate some Wendy's, and then I pooped, and then I studied Japanese a little bit, and that's been my day so far. I slept till like 6 p.m. Good day. Good day. I've been bawling my eyes out. I hope in tears of joy. I don't think you bawl when you're in tears of joy though, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry your day's been stinky. I'm here to make it. I'm here to make the vibes better. Let's poops, dude. I pooped too much now. I flipped to the other side. It's specifically because I'm a nervous pooper, and so having to do a stream the day, like when I have a stream coming up, I take a poop every time before stream, because it's like nervous shit. That's how you like ensure I have good bowel movements, is you give me shit to do every day at 10 p.m. You will ensure healthy bowel movement. Made it to Ohio safely. I hate driving now. I also hate driving. Shit's boring. So spoiler. Squid Game. Sad face. Is there like a new Squid Game? Did I miss something? I know Coney Games is going on right now. Like the YouTuber Coney. He is like, I have 24 other streamers doing Coney Games. We could go watch. I could open a new tab. We could go watch Coney Games. But that's all I know. I didn't know there was new squids. Play some Rivals for a couple hours. We're gonna do more VR boxing, but now we're here. Yeah, sorry I ruined your gaming sesh so you could listen to me yap. I'll try and keep you as like included as possible so you don't get distracted by jingling keys on monitor 2. You know what I mean? I'll try and have some wacky events for you to partake in at all moments. At all waking moments. Shay, you could VR bots while yapping. Well, he's not the one yapping. I am. If he VR bots he loses that. I don't have 2 monitors. I feel like it's kind of freaky to live in the year 2025 and have 1 monitor. You know what I mean? It's freaky. Like you need at least 2. I need 3. I have 2.5 right now. I have a 3rd monitor, but it's just my TV. That's like at a weird angle. So it's not like comfortable use, but it's there, and it's like my filler monitor. Like Discord will go on it if I'm not actively chatting. I just want to maybe like peek over to see who's online every once in a while. Me and Shay are soul bonded. Are you also a freak with 2 monitors? You want to buy it for me in a table that's big enough for 2? Any table is big enough for 2 if you try hard enough. I don't think monitors are. I mean, like, you could probably ask a friend for a spare monitor. I know you have friends, and I'm sure your friends are all nerds too, who probably have a spare monitor somewhere. I have like 4. Like just random ass TVs that your family doesn't use that you could just turn into a monitor. Monitor. Shay has friends. Shay does have friends. He actively ignores his new internet friends to play with his old real life friends because he hates us. No, I'm joking. He's hoarding them all. I have a monopoly on monitor. It literally won't fit my table. It's small as fuck. Get a bigger table. Oh, when you said you need a table for 2. Why is there a subscribe button? I thought you meant like a dining table for me and you to like eat our dinner together and then like stare at each other lovingly. Not you need a table that fits 2 monitors. They did a monitor with a fucking clamp. Just attach it to the side of the table. I feel like a lot of monitors do that, like a monitor stand, just like how like mic stands work. Just do a monitor stand and just attach it to your table. That should work. That should work. Monitor, I barely know her. It is tragic that I still have to read that in the year 2025. Why would it be a dining table, Lutz? You hated dating us. I liked playing video games while dating you guys. Ooh, shit, banger just turned on. Yo, who made the Wii music so good, though? Or whatever Nintendo bullshit we're listening to right now. Kind of a vibe. Kind of a vibe. But yeah, that's all I've been up to today. I did request you guys to submit questions to me. That was going to be my first form of filler. I guess if you guys want a pre-game, we can ignore the marshmallow. I feel like we should do the marshmallows first, because those are like the official sanctioned questions that you guys were asking. And then if you guys have more that arose from those questions, then we could do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The issue with that, like, I didn't do the prep work because this website's kind of sinky. It's like, let me slide this back over. Let me slide this back over here. Dude, OBS is so dog shit. You make it swap monitors and it like shrinks all of your settings. It's like, you want your chat to be like 1 pixel length wide, right? Right? That's what you want? No! I want to read the chat. Grr. Alright, let me open Marshmallow. Let's get these questions out of the way. I can figure out. I have an idea. I have an idea to do this on the fly. I'm going to change this thing called Rhythm Game Thumbnail and rename it to Marshmallow. And then I'm going to download the first image. And it's going to take me through a CAPTCHA test because that matters. That 2 monitor setup ain't good. Just because one piece of software is dumb, it doesn't mean 2 monitors are bad. That is a illogical argument. He's yapping. I know. Why isn't he playing a video game? I press the buttons for me, monkey. I know. I'm just coping. You better cope. Let's put it in my miscellaneous folder. We're gonna call this folder Marshmallow. Not like the funny DJ in Fortnite. Isn't he about to be put in Fortnite again? Like for the 2nd time? He was like one of the first and now he's gonna be one of the last. Marshmallow 1 is what we'll call this one. That's saved as a PNG. I will now swap the image over to that question. Let's miscellaneous Marshmallow. What do you mean you can't find the image? What format did that save in? Check internet connection. It's a PNG. What do you mean? Alright, I got it. Alright, the first question, double dip in Fortnite. They just brought back the Street Fighter skins into Fortnite. The Street Fighter's still on its surge of popularity. And it'll keep going forever. Watching it has been fun. I want to play it again. I think I want to play Jury. I think I want to play Manon. I think I want to play Marissa. I think I want to play... Cammy's boring, but I think I would like playing her. So I guess Cammy. I want to play Aki. I want to play... Who's the... Rashid? I want to play... Who's the guy who drinks the alcohol? Jamie? I want to play Luke. My ass isn't playing Kana Ryu. But there's a lot of fun looking characters in that game. I want to play the magical girl when they add her. I want to play... I don't know if I want to play Mai, that's kind of boring. Walked behind fireball ass gameplay, but it's lamer than it's jury. When jury does it, it's cool. When jury does it, it's cool. It's not cool when Mai does it though. All right, marshmallow time started. Jump scare. There you go. There's the first marshmallow. I submitted this one. I'll put it here. I submitted this one. It says test. That's how I learned that it works. So that's my answer to the first question is yeah, it worked. Good job. Good job, Chief. Back at it again. Killing it crazy style. Professional. I'm probably sticking with Akuma for now. I hate charge inputs too much. Yeah, charge is gross, huh? I'm not gonna play Dial. Who else has charge? Are there any charge characters that are like secretly charged that I just don't know about? Like they have some sort of secret charge input? Does Marissa have... I don't think Marissa has charge. Well, like she can charge and attack for armor, but it's not like a... It's not the charge we're talking about where you walk back or hold down and then do the other direction with a move. Because like, we play with the cheater inputs in Gray and Blue. There's like 5 characters that we all play that are secretly charged characters and we just don't know. I don't know, Street Fighter also hides them. But you know what? Maybe that's for when we actually play. What is bro yapping about? Yeah, my bad. My bad. I'll stop yapping about nerd shit. Let's keep doing marshmallows. Let me download Marshmallow 2. Gonna call this one marshmallow2.png. Swap out the image so you can look at it. Boom, Marshmallow 2. Did anything specific inspire your VTuber design, or was it all just general ideas you thought of? That's... let me think back to fucking 3 years ago. It is almost 3 years since I came up with this model. Like, I don't even... Let me see if I can dig up on my computer the note file that I used. Note list. Let me see if I can find like my earliest note. That's like me figuring out my VTuber shit. 3-year anniversary. We still have some time until then. We're not gonna make it, I'm afraid. The ancient heads. We didn't even celebrate the 2 years. That was fucking gone. Dude, shout out Windows being like, you want your window so tall it goes off your monitor, right? And then you can't resize it because it's off the monitor. But if you go too high, it's also off the monitor, and then it'll go full screen because that's a feature we added, where if you tap it to the top, it goes full screen. Abysmal, dude. I hate computers. We'll have a double party stream, play Double Dragon. No. Ew. I wouldn't know what that's like, LOL. Let's see. I got some job stuff in here. Sorry, buzzword, trigger word, sorry. Songs to cover? Is that? Here's some songs before I started streaming. This was in December 2023. Was that was after I started streaming, so I must have been updating this. I was gonna cover for YouTube Shorts. I was gonna do Flamingo. I forget the artist. Something Bonita. Flamingo. What? That one. Danganronpa. I was gonna do Love Crazy, the Nagatoro OP. I don't even know that. River. Oh shit! This is when I was trying to I was gonna capitalize on clout by covering OPs of that season. So I was researching shows in the season to cover. That was when I was actually serious about shit. I love Character Bonito. That's who it was. Unironically makes reviews, and I did see clips here and there. I do remember seeing. I think it was just straight up a remix of Flamingo. And then I was like, oh, this is the same artist. And then I saw some videos from sets. It was cool. It was cool. Hi, NB1RS. Unfortunately, I'll never be able to do that cover of Whales. You shoulda gotten my DMs about it. I didn't do any covers. I was thinking about doing a cover for this whole graduation thing. I was thinking, I had 2 songs in my head. What were they? It was from, what's the game? The one where you roll the ball. Katamari Damashi. I was gonna do... It had star in the title? Fuck, dude. Katamari Damacy Star. Like Rolling Star or something? Lonely Rolling Star. I was thinking either Lonely Rolling Star... What else was I thinking? Let me pull up the other note. I got like 3 sticky notes. What else was I had ideas. I still have other ideas I need to do, and I only have like 10 hours at home to get them done. I'm gonna have to take my laptop on my vacay to actually get shit done. Maybe I didn't write down the songs I wanted to cover. I have a huge note full of shit I was thinking about doing. Yeah, it looks like I didn't write down the songs I was gonna cover. There's one other one I was thinking. California Girls. That would have been good closure. That would have been good closure. Alright, let me answer the question that's sitting on screen right now. Let me... I think this has been my go-to note. I have like one note that's just like the Lutz note. Like the death note, but for Lutz. And if you write in it, you, become cringe. I don't know. Let me pop this open. Once again, Windows kicking my ass. Meowdy. Meowdy again burst. Meow are you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Question about my design. Let me dig through this file. Otherwise, I'll just have to answer it raw. I was trying to find, like, actual sort of my mindset at the time. No, I got nothing. I didn't save the legendary files. Alright, I'll answer it raw. Honestly, I don't think I had, like, very direct inspiration on anything. It was like, I knew I wanted a VTuber model, and I knew I liked the color orange. That was, like, the base, and I went with, like, techwear. I remember specifically looking up techwear. But, like, it wasn't hard set or anything. I just started... I might have made my logo first with the star logo. I might have made my... I think my name was, like, the first to consider thinking of, and then the last to actually come to fruition. But it was... it was a lot of patchwork, honestly. It was just, like, browsing through Booth, and, like, Twitter links for free assets. Just a bunch of stuff... Like, a bunch of browsing with the word free in the title. Until I found things that I thought I could make my own, and I liked, and were interesting. I'm still, like, pretty default Jones-looking model, but I did enough to stand out versus, like, a default Vroid, I think. But, you know. So nothing specific about the design. I knew I wanted, like, a space-ish theme, which is why there's a star, got the whole star thing going on, and Lutz as the name. Because it's like two steps removed, space-related. I knew that's what I wanted. I was gonna lean more into it and do, like... In my mind, I think I was going for, like, a sunset color palette before I just bailed and kept it simple. Like orange to purple ass color palette. That's like why my eyes are orange and purple. I guess that's the best I got for, like, the inspiration. The general theme of space and sunset and star. You know what I mean? You get it? You get the vibe? You get the image? If you doodle the word, like, a sunset. So, like nighttime sunset with some stars peeking through. That's, like, the vibe. That's the vibe. That's as close as I have. I was probably, like... I'm trying to think, because, like, Syntheon has, like, similar branding going on. And I think I was not copying, but, like, inspirating. But hers is blue, and she has, like, dark, like nighttime. I was going for that sunset. The same sort of, looking up to the stars in the sky type beat. So yeah, that's it. That's kind of that's the foundation, I suppose. Maybe I was thinking differently 2 years ago. Maybe I just bullshitted all that. And I was just straight up like, yeah, let's just fucking make that shit orange, please. One orange, good sir. One orange VTuber for free, good sir. And then that's what I got. But that's the best I can trace the history from here. I hope it was satisfactory for you. Hope that was satisfactory, whoever answered this, or whoever asked this question anonymously. Let me download image number 3. Bad question, I'll say it. I'll preemptively say it. Bad question from number 3. Marshmallow 3.png. Let me slap it in real quick. No judgment zone except this one. No judgment zone except this question. Do you have any records at round 1? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear Marshmallow Sender. I do have a record at round 1, and it's on, what's it called? Piano Keys? Piano Tile? No, Piano Keys. Just it's a ripoff of Piano Tiles, the mobile game. Why, yes, I do have first place on Piano Keys at like any round 1 you go to, because the speed is really limited, so it's kind of easy when you're like when you're into rhythm games, because it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? Why, yes, thank you, dear questioner. I do. You want? What's my closest record besides that, you asked? I bought some Tootsie Rolls once with like the credits I earned from hitting the jackpot and like the, you know, the spinny one where you have to stop the light, the classic one. Maybe that's my close. Ooh, banger alert. I feel in the back of my mind I had some other record. It's probably like a Guitar Hero cab. I never asked a question again. Tootsie Rolls rock. I thought, I don't know, everyone's always a hater about Tootsie Rolls. I love Tootsie Rolls. They're delicious junk food, I can't lie. Good shit, but like slash not really, but slash like I'm gonna eat it up anyway. Cause it's yummy to me. It is like junk chocolate, but I do like it. To never find out how many lits. I went to a round 1 last summer in Oklahoma. I marathon in the 19s and 20s folder as paw job. Nice. In 16 hours. But did you do other things when you were there? Or was like the trip purely to take every single high score as paw job? Did you buy a whole new card? Just I guess they're only like $5. $5 for a bit ain't that bad. That is freaky though. They will never take those later. Wow, no faith in Oklahoma. No faith. You just have to be there for 3 days. I see. I wish I had the power to pull off schemery as that. I do not. That wouldn't even work. I was gonna say, like, I could maybe get like a decent like Idaliga score. Like at least make it to top 10, then put a funny word like butt with 1 T. But I feel like most arcades I go to, they reset their tabs every day, so it wouldn't stick. So it wouldn't do it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep on the grind for my funnies. I'm not there yet. Next image. Question 4 also sucks. Question 4 also sucks. Marshmallow 4. I like announcing that these suck. Good bit. Why you block low so much? Like, bro, stop it. I block low because we only played Granblue, and there's no high mids in that game. There aren't highs. Or overheads, I suppose. There's no reason to block. I mean, there is. You get like 1 less frame of hits done, blots done. So if I'm like in a move I recognize is over and I can take my turn back, I'll stand up to get the extra frame if I'm smart about it. But like the game has no mids. Unless I need more space, I'll try and walk back, and then you could hit me with like a sweep or something. I don't know. We play a simple game. We play the baby game for fighters. That's why I block low. So I don't have to think about blocking high until you jump. But at that point, I'm ready to 2H, which has I need to be crouching still. So I crouch the whole time. Your face has no mids. Thanks, bro. I don't know. We gotta start playing some adult fighting games like BlazBlue. Hop on BlazBlue. Presumably, I don't know what the sweatiest fighting game is that people care about. That one was fun though. Wait, I worked for round 1, and my regional manager is like a TGM ranker. Like, he sets the game up at a store and hits GM 3 times and leaves. It's I just don't have the grind bone in me, you know what I mean? Even for like things I get really into, I'll stop it. Like, I mean, like I'll get far, like shit, like percentage wise. If I'm at like 19.3 Volt Force, like percentage wise of all people who like actually care about playing Voltets, right? How high would that be? Is that 90th percentile, or is this like 50th and everybody's just at 20? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've gotten far, but it's like compared to the number ones of the world, I'm still far from there. You know what I mean? I'll get a mean I feel really good getting that far, and I feel like I could beat a lot of people, but I'm not at the top, and that's cool. I'll never be at the top, and I've accepted that. I've accepted that. You gotta start playing some adult fighting games like Blank Fighter and Blank. Are you trying not to like get like the cops on us for talking about other fighting games? Bro, I'm never top. It's true. I'll always bottom. I don't bottom either. I like 80th percentile. I'm mid. I'm mid lane. I'm mid. What can I say? I am mid. Marshmallow number 5. Let me pick it up. I think I know who sent this one. If someone other than the person whose name is in this question sent this, I will be amazed. I will be flabbergasted. Here it is. Drop it. Boom. When will you play Rematch with Gary? For those who are not in the know, Rematch is like that new soccer game that dropped. I don't even know much about it. Like, I know it's a soccer game. Is it like sort of wacky? Is it sort of like a mid between like FIFA and like Mario Strikers wacky? I know it's like sort of realistic, but it doesn't... Is it just like a third-person cam, but it's realistic as opposed to like the overhead cam that like FIFA does? I don't know too much. Anyway, Gary definitely asked this question. And I did say I'd play with you, Gary. Do I have to pay money? Isn't this game like 50 bucks or something? What if we played more Rocket League? What if we brought it back as a warm-up? As a warm-up. I kind of miss that game. I'll keep it real. A little game of Rocket League, and then maybe a game of Rematch, and then a game of Top Golf. Run it back. That sounds like a good date night. You know what I mean? We could order some like mozzarella sticks at the Top Golf. And we'll split the mozzarella stick, and I'll bite on one end, and you bite on the other. And then, like, the cheese will stretch, and we'll both be trying to finish the cheese. And then, so, like, we keep chewing forward until eventually we kiss. How romantic. How romantic. I'll play Rematch with you, Gary. Is it on sale? On the Steam Summer Sale? That's gonna be, segment number 2, by the way. We're gonna go look at the Steam sale. See what games there are to buy. Alright, I'm downloading Marshmallow number 6. I also know who sent this one, and it also is Gary. Marshmallow 6.png. Honestly, don't know. We'll chat. Remind me when we get to that phase. Marshmallow 6, what is your favorite Wendy's item, and why is it the Bacon Pub sandwich? I'm gonna keep it real with you, boss. The Bacon Pub sandwich is really good. It is like, it would be an S tier. You know what? I'm gonna say high A tier, but I don't think it's my favorite. I think my favorite Wendy's item, if I'm allowed to be so bold, because you said Wendy's items, like anything, is probably just their fries or their Frosties, because like those are exemplary. They're delicious. He doesn't mean it. I think my like favorite like food is probably just one of like the old chicken sandwiches that they did. There was like 2 different spicy chicken sandwiches that are both really good. It was they had one that had peppers on it, which I think was a little bit lower. There was like a crunchy chicken sandwich where it had like extra crunchy bits on it, but it was still spicy. I liked that one. It was like a spicy honey something chicken sandwich. I think that was probably my favorite. I think that was my number 1. Haven't gone to a Wendy's in like 5 years, bare minimum. Our diets are so different. You don't drink soda, you don't eat fast food every day. We're separate people. I like, if our bellies had to be challenged to like eat the other person's diet for a week, I think we'd both die. I think we'd both explode. You're gonna make my ass eat noodles and coffee every day. And where do you eat? Wawa's? What's that place called? We really are polar opposites. You know what they say about opposites? Me and Jay really are the same. Cheese. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you and Shay do have some similarities. I have noticed. When I was giving everyone when I was giving Gary here the rundown on my new friend group I made on the internet, I did say that, like, I thought you two were pretty similar. You guys got similar vibes. You're both freaks. Bunch of weirdos. Ew. Bunch of weirdos on the internet. Alright, new image dropped. I probably submitted this one. Marshmallow 7. Marshmallow 7. You would think I submitted this one. Marshmallow 7. Boom, dropped. Why are you so goated? I bet a lot of people have submitted this one, actually, now that I think about it. I bet that's a popular take. I don't know. It just comes naturally, I suppose. I just stand true to myself, you know what I mean? I strive to be the best me I can be, and I think that's where the true goat shines. Who's trying to gas me up? Who's trying to get in my pants? Who's doing it? This guy can kick rods. I don't know. Someone here is trying to gas me up about how goated I am. I don't think I'm allowed to kick rods anymore. Real shit. Type shit. And then we all type shit in chat. You know how it is. Me and you against the world, Shay. Alright, let's not get dramatic here. I feel like you guys always type shit. You guys always get on me about my bad takes. I feel like it's me against the world when I'm up here. You're all trying to drag me down. No, I think it's asking about the goat you're raising. Why are you so goat? I don't know how you got that interpretation. I'll keep it real. In case anyone got lost, I don't have a goat. I know I have no goats, and I must scream. I'm afraid. The wet socks take is crazy, though. I don't think it's that bad. It's really not that bad. Wet clothing sucks. Like, every article of wet clothing sucks. Just as bad as socks. They're not worse. They are equally as bad. I don't feel like that's weird. I don't feel like that's weird at all. Marshmallow 8. Someone's trying to get into the real juice. I was secret about this for so long. Here it is, by the way. Who are your Oshis? Ooh, shit, banger alert. Who are your Oshis? I was secret about this for a long time, and I just started yapping. That was like after I stopped streaming. It's the swishing when you walk. I have to take off the wet socks and take off your wet shirt too, and your wet pants and your wet undies. And I'll help lick you dry. So anyway, this question here about my Oshis. I was secret about it until I stopped streaming. Shuts, you're too kind. Until I stopped streaming, and then I just yapped about it. I just talked about it. My Oshi was Ceres Fauna, and then she fucking died. So then my Oshi became Nimi Nightmare. Because she's like a lot of the other content creators I watched, like, previously. Which are just like people kinda older than me that have been on the internet too long. And just make a bunch of random jokes. That I can go, hey, I know that one. I also was, like, too deep on the internet. And laughed at that joke, except now she's a cute anime girl instead of like an old guy. And so I said, hell yeah. And that was my Oshi. I think, like, in terms of, like, content, I also related a lot. I love having a fictional Oshi, nothing bad will ever happen to him. Yeah, that's a smart way to do it, honestly. Unless you're like, I'm trying to think of situations where, like, characters would, like, I don't know, like a gacha characters could die, I suppose, but like not really, because they're still gonna make the money off their gacha character, so they'll like be alive, quote unquote. Don't like, I don't know, I don't play mid games. Doesn't like Genshin and Star Rail and stuff like kill their characters? Like a Homestead fan doesn't senior cut, and yeah, like I guess you gotta be careful which piece of fiction you pick, right? I feel like I don't know. I feel like if you hedge your bet safely, being fan of real people also isn't bad. You know what I mean? if you're just a fan of like a well-adjusted individual on the internet, your odds of like bad things happening are low. Even in my case, where my Oshi graduated, she's still there. She's not gone. But I get it. I get the vision. I think we heard this song already. I think they looped it. What was it? Well, I was gonna yap. What was it? Like her content specifically. I related because like when she first started, she was like gonna do a bunch of ASMR because she was like, that's what got me here in the first place. That's why I'm popular. So I need to make sure I keep doing that. But she didn't like doing it, but then still became super successful anyway, just because of herself being funny and normal and liking her weird things, and everyone was like, hell yeah, I enjoyed watching you do that. And that I felt comfortable with myself because I also started and I was like, I need to do all my drum shit. I need to make like targeted content, like how YouTube's supposed to work. And I was like, oh, I guess I could just like play the games I like and have people who like me for me and not my content hang out with me, and that's cool. So yeah, that's the lore. There you go. I'm gonna go implode. Good luck. Good luck, you can arrow. Good luck imploding. I hope it's not too devastating and destructive. I hope you're alright. That's my answer. Who are like B-tier Oshis? Before I leave, thank you for being a cool streamer. You low-key inspired me in some ways to start streaming. Thanks. That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. You're just throwing that out there. I'm glad, honestly. I'm glad to have you around for so long. That is very kind words. I do get kind words here and then, and I'm not too sure how to respond to it, because, like, I do way better in text form. I do way better in text form, because I can actually sit down and, like, give you like a response from the heart about how I feel about the kindness you're sharing to me. That's why, like, there's that whole essay about why I'm graduating. I could actually, like, get the words out how I want. Because when I'm speaking, it's just, I'm just like, I don't even know where to start answering things sincerely with my voice. Yeah, I get it. I'm glad you get it. I'm glad you get me. Did you ever finish One Shot? I didn't. I did not. I did not finish One Shot or Everhood. They both had similar vibes. Well, one's a rhythm game, one's not. They're both like almost Undertale. I did not finish either. I feel like I should, but at the same time, I just haven't yet. SMH, I know. Loser alert. Loser alert stops games halfway through. Wee woo. Wee woo. Sound the loser alarm. Both are very peak. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I was gonna answer like B tier Oshis. Do I got some? Who are my B tier Oshis? B tier. I don't even know if I have any. Like, unless it's Oshis, because I assume this is specifically talking about VTubers. Unless you want me to talk about how I still like watching like Rooster Teeth and Say Jam and Game Drums here and then. We're all ready for you to say well, then I'd be lying, so I'm not gonna say that. I would be lying. I wouldn't tell you guys my Oshis, I'd tell you guys like my friends. And I feel like they're different, you know what I mean? I feel like they are different. And like one isn't higher than the other, they're just separate things. Shit. Maybe the real B tier Oshis with the friends yeah, sure. You know what? Why not? You guys can be my B tier Oshis. You guys can be my C tier Oshis. Can we level at that? You guys can be C tier Oshis, then I'll give you a real answer for B tier. But I don't like. Let me just pop up in my YouTube and see what YouTubers I'm still sub to. That'll be the best answer you get. Because I like, in terms of YouTubers, I like only watch Nimi. I only watch Nimi. Besides, like all of like the other streamers that I've been watching. Thanks a lot, you're my D tier Oshi. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear that. That does make me feel better. Other VTubers I'm subbed to. Hatsune Miku. Scott the Waz. What kind of Ina? I'm subbed to Ina. I'm subbed to Gigi. I'm subbed to Amiya, the spider girl who plays a bunch of old games. She's cool. I'm subbed to Lemon Leaf, but that doesn't really count. I'm subbed to El Toro Ryan, the guy who talks about roller coasters. He's not a VTuber. That's it. There you go. I got like 3 B tiers. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's the best I got for you. There's my solid answer on VTubers. Where's my marshmallow tab? There you are. Next question. I don't even know what this one is asking. They're giving me a captcha again, dude. It's been like 2 minutes. Marshmallow 9. Boom, bum, boom, bum, 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 bum. Where'd Marshmallow 9 go? What folder did that save in? Why didn't you save as Marshmallow 9? Marshmallow 9. Resume. Oh, I have to tell Google. I think your chat thingy's broken? Like on the screen? That's fine to me. Everything that's fine to me. I'll wait for a second opinion though. I think we're good. I think we're good. Update Marshmallow 9. It's updated to me. Am I crazy? Where is the peanut butter? Looks good. Thank you, boss. Where is the peanut? Is this like an Overwatch thing that I'm forgetting? Is this what Winston says? What's Winston say? What's Winston say? It's like, can I has peanut butter? I forget what he says. It's been too long. Google time. Winston Overwatch peanut butter. Does Winston prefer crunchy or creamy? I think it's both, says Jeff. Alright, thank you. Thank you. I should have said what aisle. Oh, you're quizzing me? You're quizzing me? It's at the end of aisle 2. Aisle 2 on the right. It's like right at the end. It's in like section 17. Like 1711 on their little scanner. Am I right? You know I'm right. Aisle 2, R1711 for like the big boys. You still got it. You still got it. I knew the exact coordinates of peanut butter. Peanut butter is like the... I mean, you're probably answering this because I've talked about it. This is like every fucking person ever asks you where peanut butter is. It's like the one thing people can't find. Like people will always fucking... It's R1721. What's on 11? Isn't that just the big ass peanut butter? Close enough. I thought the big ass peanut butter was on 11, and then it gets smaller the higher you go. It's in a weird spot. Maybe shit, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I gotta go back. Marshmallow number 10. Dude, this one's trying to fucking hit me with it. This one's pop quizzing me. This one's pop quizzing me. Doshite son nani nihongo ga jozu nano desu ka? Why is your Japanese so good? Wakarimasen. I would try and speak more like how would I say I've been studying how do you even do a range? I think you just say the 2 numbers. So it'd be like gonen benkyou shitemasu node tsukoshi peta is that Ninata? Just like me barely remembering. I gotta work on my fucking... Because I can read it like okay. I can't speak it and I can't construct it for jack shit. For jack shit. It really is like a separate skill and something I have not worked on at all. So I'm bad at it. But I have studied Japanese for 4.5 years now. So I've gotten okay at reading it. I wrote on my like goals this year. My fucking... when you write goals. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about when you write fucking goals? What's it called? Let me find it. Like when a new year starts and you're like, these are my goals. What are those called? New Year's resolutions. I said I was going to start practicing speaking this year. I looked into different websites to like have like not personal trainers, what's the word? Tutors. And then I like want to do like italki and shit like that, where you actually just like talk to other people who are trying to learn English from Japan. So you both help each other learn your skills. That's what I need to do real bad. I really need to work on it. But as for now, I'm still just a lame-o reading. Cringe lame-o Japanese reader, but I try. I looked into italki a bit. I didn't think you would bite on that. I thought you'd be too shy. Like, I'm too shy. That's why I haven't done it yet. It also has like a scary rep. It has like a bad rep because it's often like a lot of these apps are just like seen as like pseudo dating apps. So it's like it's like weeaboos who want to go talk to an Asian girl. So they download it and go talk to cute girls. And I don't want to get like flagged as that. I truly do just want to get better at this language. But I don't want to be like in the bucket of the weirdos, so I haven't touched it. There's like a different one, it's like Hello Talk or something, that apparently has a better rep for not being a dating site. Like a pseudo dating site. Maybe I'll try that. But there's some of those. I think Italki is the wrong thing. I don't know if Italki is like the... I think that one's just like study and speaking. That's not like a conversational with other people one. Well. Oh, never mind. I'm unsold. I mean, like, listen, you're allowed to jump in the boat. Like, if no one else ever finds out, it's just you doing your thing, you know what I mean? If you wanna break your morals, if you had any. If you have morals, you wanna go crazy, that's up to you. Italki is a tutoring thing. Oh, like with other people? Okay. There are ones that like it's not random people, it is like specific tutors. And you like do just pick out your tutor and then try them. I would be comfortable with that. I think that's where I'll start. I also want to do that Japan trip, but I'll be forced to speak it anyway. Not really, because it's like for people who like... I'm a little worried about that trip, because it's going to be with like 20 other random people. I just need one other weeb, and we're chill. Because there's like pictures, and I am judging people by their cover. But it does seem like a lot of people on these tours are normies. I'm just a little worried. They're like, the trip was cool, but I didn't like the maid cafe. It was really weird, and it's like, that's why I'm there. But I'm a little worried that my 20 randos will be normies, and I'll just have to, like, be cringe in private. I want to be cringe with the gang. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's why I'm good at Japanese. Thank you for asking. Next question. Good question. Good question. Hold on. Let me put it up on screen. It is now up on screen. What do I do with my hands? What do I do with my... That's a great question. I don't have any, like first person, like, experience to give you an answer here. So I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Don't do nothing. I think it's a good tip. Don't do nothing. Make sure you're doing something. You know? Feel the vibe, but do something with the hands. I don't know exactly what, but like, you know. Good question. Thank you, submitter. What do I do with my hands? Good random ass question. Marshmallow 12. It looks like the last marshmallow unless I update and there's more. I'm not gonna have a lot for this one. Marshmallow 12, boom. What are some good investment opportunities right now? I am such a not money guy. Not in like all I do is waste my money, so you're asking like the wrong guy. I don't think about money ever. I don't think about making money. I don't think about spending money. I don't think about investing. I don't think about... I hate money as a concept. So unfortunately, I feel like the really wrong person to ask. You could, let's see here. Let me, like, work off experience from, like, people I know around me. What's odds through the roof? I'm afraid not. I feel like with the channel shutting down, I feel like that's a bad time. Unless you're really gambling on the rhythm game video. I guess you could hedge your bets there. Good investment opportunities. I have a pal who's, trying to make some money off of, like, Steam trading cards. You can make, like, $1 a month. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't... Like, literally off memory, I'm trying to think of what you could do. I don't know, hop on the stock market and find whoever's, like... Whoever would make, whoever, like, helps make parts for war. So we got one of those coming around, you know what I mean? That might not be a bad investment. Is it too late to hop on, like, Nintendo? You gotta Switch 2. And it sold really well, so it might be like a little late for that swell. But if they keep having good games, I think it might keep going up. Probably. Has it gone up, period? I don't know. Let's see. Let's judge how well my random guess was. I don't think this was a serious. I'm answering it seriously. It was up to interpretation. Nintendo stocks. In general, it's up. That's over 1 day. Oh yeah, it's way up over the past week. It's up 10% since a week ago. Fuck yeah, hop on Nintendo. Oh my god, this is a crazy upward trend. Look at that. You could have like, that's like a 33% increase. No, a 50% increase since like half a year ago. Yeah, you should have. You should hop on now. There you go. There's my investment advice. Man, I should have hopped on Nintendo. I should have hopped on. The stocks are going crazy. Apparently, Sony's also going up. I don't know. Good investment opportunities are to find people way more informed than me, and listen to them. Is like my actual genuine advice to this question. Find people who know what they're doing, and then play it safe. Is my other answer. Feel free to lose some, but don't lose it all. That's it. Let's Coin. I don't have Let's. I'm not rug pulling. Okay. I'm not hot to a girl where I like become famous, make a coin, and then rug pull and disappear. Okay, that'd be sick. That would be sick, but it's not me. It's not who I am. It's not me. And I think that's it. Let me refresh Marshmallow. Oh shit, there's more. There's one more, and I think I know who sent it. Cause there's like a tell. There is a tell. Go banger alert. I've said that a lot. Question 13. Secret last minute marshmallow. Best cooked / proudest of bit, and also worst cooked bit. Don't say everyone angry face from post. My favorite bit? That's such a... I'd have to like scroll my YouTube shorts, because I've probably made a short out of my favorite bits. I still look fondly on, it was a one-liner, it wasn't a bit, it was when we played The Sims 4 with the Metronovas, and like my sim walked in front of the TV, and I like it was funny no matter what we were gonna say. I said something about like me when it's 10 p.m. EST. Those are my favorite jokes when I say me win. That's probably my favorite bit. What's a solid like a solid favorite cooked bit? That's kind of a hard one. Let's go to my shorts tab. It's probably just my me wins, to be honest. Was Hunt Can't Reveal was gas. Like, yeah, I do like, I am proud of some of the shorts, so those are cooked bits, as I'm adding an extra layer. I do like, even like this week, you've seen quite a bit of bits, right? Because like the beach behind me, even the subtlest of bits. Yesterday we had the bit where I shot 10 different arrows at the same Viking ship. It's dumb shit like that. All of my dumb shit bits do make me proud. The snowboarding video is my favorite. That was, I guess we could call that a whole bit. Bits. Me when I'm a Luma. Me when I'm a Luma and I'm about to eat 1,000 before I turn into a galaxy. Bits. I'm a dupe, how are you? Welcome to the final stream where I speak. I don't speak in the graduation stream, it's actually a silent movie. That would be fire. It's too late to cook that one, I'm afraid. You blew up my whole fleet while I was asleep, bro. What the fuck? I missed it. The whole me, I loved the whole me win week. Also, who are you with? Also, were you with who I think you were with for snowboarding? It was my dad. If that's what you're saying? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're asking? Ooh, I like my Epic Kraber montage. That's a good cooked bit. My like 60-second hyper MLG. I'm good, thank you, dabs. Hell yeah. I forgot. I wonder who you think I was with. Can you like reveal who you thought I was with? I'm curious. You know, I think like all of my shorts are good bits. Because I'm taking like a small joke and I'm like adding extra layers. So like a joke I already liked and now I add more. I guess those are my favorite good bits. The me win. If I had to say one specific thing, it's probably the me win. Me when, because it's so simple and so beautiful at the same time. My worst cooked bit is also probably a YouTube short. Actually, no, it's probably a Metro Nova night. It's probably a Metro Nova night. Or like, you guys made me, oh, maybe the drum stream? Maybe the drum stream was my worst cooked bit. Maybe if it failed. I like the editing on the conditioning short, me too. I did scroll by that one, I thought it was good. There's like some streams and like some Metro Nova nights I'll like put some effort into and they'll kind of just flutter out anyway. The drum stream was one. I guess we could say that for now. I think to follow in that boat where it's like too much effort and the payoff is like kind of mid, or like the people aren't into it and then it's just like, oh dang, you know what I mean? Because sometimes like I think there's an alternate world where it could have gone great. But just like sometimes the stars don't align and that's okay. That's okay. I see my real life toes on my YouTube shorts as I scroll. That was a good bit. That was a good bit. The Miku edit's a good bit. Yeah. That's my final answer, or my videos. My videos are my favorite bits, because I worked hard on them. Follow up, any favorite recurring bits, like songs by Train or the Yellow Devil? Toes? Yeah, the dots are out if you scroll the YouTube Shorts feed. They're not amazing dogs by any means. It probably is the best picture of my dogs, though, to be fair. It probably is the best picture you're gonna get. It is a nice aesthetic photo of the ocean. I got like the rule of thirds going on. Like the sky, the ocean, the sand, my dogs barking. It is a nice picture, for what it's worth. Gary was there. Gary's like 2 feet to my right. I think I play on my Switch shortly after, and he also probably does. We both get sunburnt. My dogs got so sunburnt that day. Like that, like I put sunscreen on everything but my feet. So we were walking through the airport on like the way back that night, and I was dying so bad. It hurt so bad. It was just my feet. Just my feet. It hurt. Oh god, what's the background doing? Oh, it's resetting the video. Rookie mistake. It was a rookie mistake. I can't lie. I forgot swim trunks. Did you just like, did you underwear it or did you just not swim? I think it was the latter. I hope this video resets. I think I set it to loop. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Any amount of dots is surprise. Is this an impromptu stream? No, it's on the schedule. It was on the second schedule. Ooh, I never updated the YouTube schedule, did I? Sorry. Yeah, this was supposed to be a not stream day, I think. I think originally this was not a stream day. I think that was yesterday. It was supposed to not be a stream day. I don't know. So the Discord has the most accurate schedule. Please check there. Please check there. What was the follow-up? Any favorite recurring bits? My favorite was the one about trying to remember the terminology. That one is like a fan favorite. The conditioning one, that is a fan favorite. I also do really like that one. Favorite recurring bit. Blue, start naming bits. You have the best memory of all, and it's usually when you say it that it makes me laugh. I mean, the blue bit in itself, I guess that's not my bit, to be fair. But it is a good bit. It's lasted this long. We must like it. The train bit's pretty good. The Yellow Devil's pretty good. Those are both like pretty good though. I know we have better. Favorite recurring bit. Man, I don't got a good memory. I'm just staring, hoping I remember some. I'm showing my YouTube shorts once again. Do you guys like the creamer bit? That one had a few tall bats. I don't think it's a top tier though. I do like, when we made fun of Shay. Yeah, you just said it. Mollywop something fierce. Freaky words too. I do like, I like freaky. I like freaky as a meme in its own. Mollywop me something fierce is a line I do like repeating over and over again. I don't know. Like, I feel like you probably know my favorite bit more than I do. It's just one of our go-tos that I'll say 100 times, and like you won't laugh the first 99. but you will laugh on the 100th. Those are, maybe that's my favorite bit, is when I force it to work. I do like just saying some bullshit over and over until it, like, 'cause it makes me laugh every time, but everyone else hates it. But then after you keep saying it enough, it will get a crack out of you. That is like that's my angle of humor. I always laugh. Thank you. Someone has to. I don't know why. I don't know why that's my angle. That's just the humor I grew up with. It's just saying the same stupid thing over and over, and that you always kind of giggle anyway. I've now named all the ones I remember. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think that's the end of marshmallows, unless I refresh it and we have a secret, another last-minute marshmallow. Or if you guys, I'll just let you guys ask now. Yeah, marshmallows are dead. RIP marshmallows. Are there any questions that you guys have you want to ask? Your final Q&A sesh before I never answer questions ever again. Questions are dead. Answers are dead. Feel free, feel free. You actually dislike Lover? Yeah, it fucking sucks. It's really bad. Like, there's fun enough that I would go back and play it again. I think I need, like, one other person watching just to, like, survive it, because I don't want to do it on my own. So I don't hate it, no. I do dislike it. I don't hate it, I do dislike it. It is just bad. There's things there I want to like, but it's not there. It's missing what it needs. But it, like, it's like, it's funny bad. And funny bad is okay in my book. No more gaming, no more questions. we don't have jack shit on the Let's Resonus YouTube channel. We don't have shit. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I recognize this one. This is like the news report channel on the Wii. Did you guys ever go on the news report channel on your Nintendo Wii in 2008? What lesson are you passing to the next generation of VTubers? Hire people. Hire other people to help you. Like, if you're serious about it and you're gonna do shorts and you're gonna do videos and you're gonna do like social media stuff, hire someone. Join an org. Join like a small or like I think hiring people is probably at least more your terms if you want to go that route. Because like I know small orgs are like such a dice roll on what you're actually getting. So I feel like hiring people is the safer way. But like work a job and then hire people to do your thumbnails and your shorts. And then you can rock the social media and do the streaming. Because editing, I mean, like, if you like if you already have a knack for those things and you do like it, then feel free. And then maybe shift some of the work onto other people. But doing it all yourself sucks and blows and is awful and miserable if you are taking it seriously and trying to, like, keep a full-time schedule. It really is the worst and what led me to burn out to begin with. So that is my, like, honest, honest advice, is to, get people to help you. Is doing all the shit by yourself blows so bad. And you do feel rewarded for each bit that you do. But I feel like overall, like, the negatives outweigh the positives. But maybe that's just me, and maybe you're different. Find what works for you, I suppose. I was considering asking when you were playing Glover again on the Marshmallows, but decided against it. Listen, I'll play it. If you guys want, on Tuesday, Metro Nova Night. Oh, we're doing slam poetry on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Glover Night. Be there. Be there. Wednesday in the Discord, Glover Night. I beat Glover. Do you confirm or deny the allegations? I confirm. They're all real. They're all real, and I did do all of those things and say all of those things. They're true. They're true. What can I say? What can I say? Caught emoji. Caught emoji. They're true. Brave. I know. Someone had to say and or do it, and it's me. Favorite food, period? It's sandwiches. I know that's a little vague, but it is my answer. You can eliminate burgers. Like, if I'm allowed to go wide, right? It's anything with bread, meat, and cheese. If you're making me be a little bit more strict, it's sandwiches. So, like, bread, not buns, bread, and then meat and cheese. And if you're making me go even more specific, Yeah, like deli sandwiches. That's kind of what I'm talking about. If you're making me be more specific, like my favorite sandwich, it's probably just fucking like, let's go turkey, sliced turkey. Like I'm at home. It's my comfort sandwich ready to go. It's turkey, sliced turkey. Let's do Colby Jack cheese and Miracle Whip. And that's it. That's it. Local sandwich place is really good. I love Subway. I love Subway. I've never had, I mean, I've had it like twice. The local sandwich place you're talking about. I've only had it like a couple times. I should go more. I don't know why we don't, to be honest. It's just like not on my radar. I should go more. What about Grinders? I uninstalled that app some time ago. I was having no luck. Footlongs? Also was having no luck. They were all kind of lacking in that department. Footlongs fall in the same place as like deli sandwiches, I think. They're just two. They're 2 6-inches, you know what I mean? The chicken bacon ranch is yummy. I like the chicken bacon ranch at, I think it's also the pizza place. The pizza place right by the sandwich place you're talking about. The one that wears a crown, you know what I'm talking about? That's where I get my chicken bacon ranch sandwiches, and they are pretty dang good. I can't lie. That's my favorite food, sandwiches. I'll say it. If you'll give me the honor of being a little vague, meat, cheese, and bread is my go-to. Is my go-to. Is my go-to. Did I miss any more questions? Anybody got some last-minute questions? Ask now or forever hold your peace. Ask now. This Wii song is going for far too long. The vibes are like sad. I don't like it. Now that you're done VTubing, are you showing your family this? No. No. No, fuck that. They're never gonna know. Where'd you get the hat? I stole it. I stole it from the Piantas in Delfino Plaza. Oops. Type shit. No, I'm not gonna show the family because I don't want to hear the talk about like doing this over not getting a job, even though I did while also doing this, and then like not sticking with this because like objectively, not subjectively, just subjectively I wouldn't call it a waste at all. I feel like objectively you could call this a waste. and then like it's feel bad. I don't think they'd be mean about it, but I feel like it would spread to the whole family like within seconds because that's how it works here. And then I'd have to hear shit about it at like family get-togethers, and I'm not doing that. I'm not, sorry. I think they'd be supportive, like my mom and dad specifically. Anyone past that, I'd rather die. And that's my answer. That's my answer. It stops there. But it stops here. No one knows but you guys. And if you ever come and meet Mr. and Mrs. Resonus in the flesh, and you're like, hey, how about your son's YouTube channel? I'll blow you up with my mind. I'll blow you to smithereens. Dude, this video is watermarked to high hell. I didn't notice. Saying that reminded me, my first and only girlfriend, man, it sounds so sad fucking saying that. In 4th grade, I had a pal over, and I was keeping it a secret from my parents that I had a cute girlfriend blush emoji. And the friend that came over just like outright said, it's like, hey, are you still dating girl name? And I had like a fucking, you know the scene from what's it called? What's the funny comedy about love? The anime, the romance comedy where they're both like in the school, and they're trying to like get each other to confess. Anime about confessing to each other. Funny comedy. What's it called? Kaguya? Yes, thank you. You know the scene in Kaguya in like season 1 where they're out in the rain and they're trying to do the umbrella? I know the exact frame you're talking about. Thank you. Try out Dandy's World. I'm gonna type in Dandy's World and see what you're talking about. Dandy's World, the video game? Is that what this is? Is this like a... This looks like another, like, one of those like kid shows is actually a horror movie type thing. I'm afraid I'm uninterested. I bet it's it though. I bet it's it though. Yeah, that exact frame I'm talking about in Kaguya, where his face like inflates when he gets caught, trying to like get her to take the umbrella for both of them or whatever. When like he loses and his face inflates. that's the scene I'm yapping about. Oh, the music died. Hold on. Fucking. Oh, it didn't die. I lied. Okay. Hello, Pikmin. But yeah, that was me when my girlfriend was outed, and I shit my pants. My face inflated the size of the whole room, and I shit my pants. So that's what would happen if you guys outed that I was a VTuber to my family. It would be GG's. I'd offer you a handshake. And you'd be like, you lost at the character select screen. And then I'd, I don't know, punch a wall or something. Any more questions? Get them in. Or we can move on. Your question could be, can we move on? And I'll say, sure. It was me. I was the one who actually shit your pants. It's a good video. A lot of this playlist has been sad. It's like kind of spooky, sad music. I picked a bad playlist apparently. Weird vibes. Uncomfortable, reflective vibe to listen to at 11 p.m. Think years from now when you're like 64, I get it. You're gonna see a Steinway and go at Lamau, or is this all going? No, I'm not like leaving this behind. Like I'm not starting a whole new life. I mean, I hope I do. It's not a whole new life, but like I hope the ball gets rolling somewhere. But like I'm not leaving you guys. I'm starting to project. Don't mind me. Nah, I'm hoping like even if we all go our separate ways, this will remain a part of my life. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like forget to forgive and forget. I'm not trying to forgive you guys for what you've done. You have to hold the guilt. You have to hold the guilt of what you've done for the rest of your life, and you have to hold that. And I'll never forget. I'll never forget. So yeah, watch yourselves. All I'm saying. He's going to get the milk again. I am, but this time I'm letting you know that I'm not coming back. So like you don't hold on to hope anymore, and it's like tragic. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Are you guys ready to start segment 2 of the podcast? I think I am. Let me, I didn't consider how I was gonna do this. Does game capture work on the Steam window? It looks like it does. Let's try this out. It doesn't look like it does. It doesn't look like it does. Yeah, it's not. I could just do display capture. I guess that would work. Or I could do a window capture. Window capture. Steam. You guys are gonna help me do my homework. Wow, that just popped up right on top, huh? Right on the top window, huh? Let me slide that down a bit. You guys ready to help me do my homework? Bonk. Let me shrink myself a little bit. Alright guys, we're gonna go look at the summer Steam sale. What games do you guys want to buy? You guys have to tell me what games are worth buying. I haven't looked. I have looked a little bit, but I need your guys' help. What games are worth buying? Let's check my wish list. I already put Blaze Blue in the cart. I already put Cluster Truck in the cart. I already put Hazelnut Heads in the cart. I already put Windjammers 2 in the cart. I don't think I'm gonna put God of War in the cart. I don't think I'm gonna put Mash. I don't think I'm gonna put Master Ace. I don't think I'm put Patrick. I might put Tetris. I'm not putting Johanna. I'm not picking Spark. I did put Tabletop. Not Hollow Knight. I might pick Pegard, actually. You know what? Toss it in there. Atlas is in there. Not Horizon, not Sonic. Ooh, shit. I already own it. Ooh, guys, can we play Death Note Killer Within? Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. Death Note Killer Within. Put it in the cart. You guys are all gonna do that too. For those unaware, Death Note Killer Within is just Among Us, but Death Note, it's anime, and we're gonna play that together. So you guys should hop in. It'll be fun. I put Flare Nui quest already. I didn't realize Ghost of Tsushima was on sale. It was a good sale, right? 33%? That's not too bad. I feel like the PlayStation games often have good sales. That wasn't my real birthday. It was all lies. Hey, Lachey wants this game. That's crazy. PlayStation Studios. I feel like PlayStation Studios usually has good deals. Wait, Stellar Blade is by PlayStation Studios? I guess it's just published by... Now, these deals aren't as good as I've seen. I feel like PlayStation games usually go on better sales. You might be able to wait, Shay, if you want to be so patient. I feel like I usually see better. Like Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like I've seen 60 before. I could be wrong. I could be incorrect, but... That's just my little hunch. It's just my little hunch. I forgot to tell Discord not to bother me. Discord, don't bother me. I've already waited a while. I mean, it's still a good deal. You're saving 20 bucks. What other games? I did kind of want to play this a few moons ago. I don't think I care to anymore. I do want to play Maid Cafe at some point, but it's like a little story game, it's a little visual novel. And I guess I have like 10 other visual novels I want to read on my phone. So I'm not feeling it right now. Zero Ranger. How bad do I want Zero Ranger? I feel pretty content with playing Toho as of now. And I guess I have Hazelnut for the shmup bucket right now. As like a not Toho shmup, so I think I'm comfortable not buying it. We already bought Flying Knight. I'll just remove it. Remove it. Alright, whatever. I kind of want to get UFO 50. I literally can't keep my eyes open. Bro, we're Steam shopping! Wake up, wake up! Wake up! We are Steam shopping! Get all my hits. Dude, do I want to get UFO 50? This game looks cool. It's like a fictional company that made 50 games over a bunch of years, and so you can explore this like company's library of games, but they're not real. They're not real games. It's a fictional company that made 50 games, and I can play them. So I can play like their series spin-offs and their series bangers. But it's a modern game of old games. It looks cute. It's apparently similar to Balatro. How have I played 2 hours of Balatro? You know what, fuck it, I'll toss it in the cart for now. I'll toss it in and we'll consider it. Type shit. You get to trace the company's decline in quality and funding and ultimate downfall? That might be spoilers, to be honest. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews, though. So, like... I want DNF Duel to go on sale. I have DNF Duel in here, and I have the original Grand Blue. I want have a good night type shit. Good night, Shay. I want the original Grand Blue Versus to go on sale again for like $2. It's been forever since they put it on sale for $2. I'm hoping they do it again, because I really want to go back and have like a little meme night where we play the game we play a lot, but like the old version where it's weird and like uncanny. I put it in the cart and I put it in the list and hope it goes on sale for like $2. That'd be fire. DNF Duel, let's go. I want to play it. Because that's Beginner's Guide by the Stanley Parable guys. Is that a video game? Is that a video game I should look at? Beginner's Guide. This one. Whoa, the Windows login. That's about an hour and a half. It has no traditional mechanics and the rules are objective and tells itself for a person trying to deal with something they do not understand. I suppose it's half off. I don't know. I feel like in the terms of video games that are in this, like, bucket of like not meta, but like explorative storytelling. Is that even the word? Blueprints. I have once again uttered the word blueprints on stream. It's a new game, so it's not on a bid sale. And it is on Game Pass, which I do own for a month now. But I feel like, I don't know, because it's like Game Pass, because I want to play this and I want to play like Expedition 33. Because those are both apparently like good games. And I would be able to play both of those within the 8 months that like the same price I would spend as like buying them. So I think I might just play them on Game Pass. That's my angle. Oh, it's not a recommendation. I just saw the UFO 50 Comparo. Oh, I see. I don't know. UFO 50 has the retro game angle that I'm kind of into. I'll toss it in the cart. I'll assume it's in there. What else would I put on my list? Why is Horizon Zero Dawn, like, not up with the other 40s? It's just hidden down here. Good evening. Hi, Inichi. How are you? How are you? Oh, Metro Gravity, like, just came out. This is the game that Dula shared that I thought was really cool. It's like a 3D platformer. Another 3D platformer. Another indie 3D platformer, but this one's got, like, cool world-bending shit going on. Fighter Z is $10 to warm up for Marvel. I mean, I'm down if everyone else wants to. I'm down. With physics-based magic. Or we could all play, the Guilty Gear 3v3, which is, like, the beta test for what that game's actually gonna be. But I'm sure Dragon Ball is better. I'm sure it's just better. This game looks cool. I might put it in the cart while I'm buying video games. Something about this looks kind of sick. DBZ has a special button. Consider me sold. 3 laugh emojis. That's what I'm saying. Splendid engine. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put this in the cart. That's good. Oh, there's a demo. Add cart. Continue shopping. It said DBZ. If I just type DBZ, does it work? Dragon Ball Fight. I took the wrong one. Help. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Let's hurry up and get this started. I could get the... What's the Fighter Z edition? Does that have extra characters in it? I don't think I care. I'd just get the cheap one. I'm down. I'm down to play some Dragon Ball. Tell the others. Again, kind of sad to see you leave the streaming sphere, and if I had the opportunity, I do have a question. Sid, yo, ask questions. Is spamming not allowed? So we are the... I guess spamming isn't allowed. I'm not... Whatever this is, I don't want to see it, so... Thank you for, like, being here or something, though. Thank you for being here or something. Yeah, hit me with your question, Inichi. I'm ready. A little bit of a Q&A encore. You missed our Q&A, but it was all, like, meme questions, aside from, like, one. There was, like, 1 or 2 real questions, and then some meme questions. Hit me with your real question, or your meme question. Oh, shit, I see Uma Musume on my screen. You guys want to play? You guys want to play? I thought that was the question. Inichi's just like, is someone to join the Federation or something? Oh, Rayling's on like 50% off for the people who don't own it and want to grind 100 hours to catch up to where I'm at. I'd play with you. Consider. Rabbit and Skills also on sale. Consider. Alright, back to the store. Let's hurry up. What other fighting games we got on sale? Ollie said you were exhausted with the entertainment side of things, but 2 things. All right, a 2-parter. I'm ready. Elden Ring's on sale, but I already own it. I feel... I wish I didn't buy those games on Xbox, but I guess I didn't have the PC until... I don't know, I wish I bought them on PC. I wish I invested. I have a friend who says these games are good. Final Fantasy 14 Frank. But he's like a Digimon nerd. Yeah, there he is. He owns the game already. Blue wants it, apparently. Blue, you want to spend money on this game? We can both play together. You play the Digimon games. I've heard some people say they're cool. I don't know if I need like a base amount of being interested in Digimon to like actually enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like you need to be somewhat interested. I don't know if I can like it raw. Well, number one, game I was wanting to still do a one-off with you in post is For the Team. Would you still be willing to collab on it? Or I'm fine with collabs, I suppose. I wouldn't do it on my channel. Like I would just play games with you. I would just treat it as I'm playing games with a friend. I wouldn't like stream or advertise or anything. But if you want, like I'd play games with you and you can stream it and that's cool. Although didn't I? I think I do have For the Teams. I think you bought it for me if I remember right. Sure. Sure, deal. Yeah, sure. Is that like a slash real slasher? You wanna play Digimon together? I'll think on it. Codebane's on a good sale. I didn't like it when I played it the first time though. Ooh, Ace Combat 7. I think we should all buy Ace Combat. Are you? Am I? What? I think we should all buy Ace Combat. This game was cool. I think all of us hopping on Ace Combat would be kind of fire. Look at that, it's like Star Fox. It's like Star Fox. It's just like Star Fox. Look, it's just like Star Fox. Whoa, that looks like Sonic Adventure. It's like Star Fox meets Sonic Adventure. That's awesome. I don't know, like... It looks kind of sick. I'll put it in the cart. It's only $6, too. I'll think about it. Not too bad. Psycho, ew. Tekken 7, ew. Tails. I don't think I don't know much about Tails. I don't think I'm interested. I did want to look at, what are they called? What are they called? This series? Oh, they don't really look like they're on sale, though. The Atelier series. I feel like I want to try one. I want to try one Atelier game. I don't know which ones people suggest. I think they're all like sort of different, but not really. Like, I feel like I'd probably try the Ryza ones. Just because that's the character I recognize. But what do I know? What do I know? What else we got in here? What other games are on sale? I could buy One Piece. I could buy Sword Art. Ooh, fuck! I want to play... excuse me. I want to play this game. I kind of want to play Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. Apparently these golf games are really good. People hype them up. And this is the one that has... We could play the old ones that has like Kratos in it. I don't know. I could fuck with this, honestly. I could kind of fuck with it. Oh, that looks sick. Multiple... Whoa, it can rain and snow, and the time can travel really fast. Courses from 10 different regions. Number 2, I know all of us content creators come to a mutual thought, at least cross our minds, as what if I came back just for fun? If circumstances were different, would you come back, even if just casually? I'm gonna hard stop and just say no. I don't even want to, like, plant the seed that there's a chance. I am done streaming. I am done. It's just, like, I've realized it's not for me. That's why the whole year off happened. And then why, like, all the streams I've been doing, I've been complaining. Like, there's a lot of fun and joy to be had, but it's not for me. And I would like to move on. And I don't want to stop anyone else who does enjoy it. I want to support the people who still do it. So, like, I hope to still show up to, like, all the people I've talked to who, like, have visited my streams and I visited theirs. Like, I want to support everybody and like, support you guys chasing your dreams and such. It's just, I don't want to stream anymore. I've realized I enjoy... When it comes to gaming, like I kind of like I did the streaming to be like, let me share this interest of mine with others. And I just have to realize I just like to do that more, like talking to people face to face instead of a chat. I don't know. It has its ups and downs for sure, but it wasn't for me in the end. Fair enough, and I hope I can still see you around my neck of woods post-Kuro. I mean, I'm not dying. I'm gonna keep using this account. It'll still be called Lutz something once I rebrand, and I'll still be around. So like, I'm not dying. Not dying. Bid sign on the back of the wall. Not dying. Just not hitting the go live button anymore. Oh shit, Pac-Man? I don't know, this game was kind of fun. I might try one of the old ones first, though. The song sounds like a song from an animated movie. You guys hear it? What song is that? It's where they all dance in a circle? What's that from? Can anybody help me place this? I can still hear his voice. Yeah, you can. You still can. It's not going anywhere. There's like some cartoon that has like this song. It's like kids in a circle singing. I don't remember. Oh. Is it fucking... Is it, Peanuts? Goku is on screen. I did put this game in the cart. I did put Goku Fighters in the cart. Hi, Aaron. How are you? We're shopping for games and thinking about Peanuts. As in, like, the cartoon. If you have any games to toss into my cart, let me know. I'm currently browsing. Featured. I got 18 games in the cart. I will not be buying them all. I'll be buying Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 for the first time ever. And that's the list. That's the list so far. They have this list here. Peak. They have this list here. You mean, wait, Peak the game? I don't know if you're just saying Peak or you're recommending Peak the game. But this is like a brand new game that just dropped. Peak the game. It's a friend swap game. Where it's like a proximity voice chat. But it's like, it's made by the, what's that crab? The Dark Souls, but you're a crab. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the game I'm talking about? Peak the game is unpeaked. Sonic Adventure is the peak. I see. I agree. I've never played Sonic Adventure 1 or 2, like, on PC with mods and stuff, so I thought about trying it. I didn't know if Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 have, like, level mods. Like, I know in Monkey Ball, people will make, like, level packs. I didn't know if people did that in Sonic Adventure. Or, like, what, if there's, like, Kaizo or shit like that. Peak of the game shows the game. Peak, as in cap. I don't know, this looks kind of fun. It's like a friend slop slash, go up slop. But something about it looks just endearing enough that I think it could be fun. I can convince 4 other people to spend, $8. You climb up a mountain. It doesn't look as punishing as like a way up and all that jazz. And the graphics look pretty. Apparently this is a Game Jam game by the Another Crab's Treasure devs. They just made it in a week. And then it's like, it outsold their other game in like a day. Because it's friend slop and that shit prints money. It does look kind of fun though. I'd be down to play it. You know what, next in queue, show me more. Date everything? You know what, I'll pass. Thank you though. Hey, look what it is, it's rematch. It does just look like a real soccer game. You are vulnerable in possession. Oh, he's breaking ankles, and then his ankles broke. Keepers are sweepers. That's kind of fun. How much is it, though? 30 bucks. It's by the seafood guys. This game? Hola, I will. A developer. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is by the seafood guys. I didn't really know anything about it. I just have a friend who's into soccer, and he was like, "Hey, can you buy the soccer game with me?" Because we used to play Rocket League all the time. That's all right. The models, the seafood guys. Have you guys seen the game? I don't know what it's called. It's one of those like rhythm games, quote unquote, where you just you like put in, it's like audio surf. Is that what that game was called? Audio. Is that even on Steam? Yeah, shit, it is. You just like put in a song and then it kind of just like auto generates like a vague rhythm game to it. There's like a beat 'em up rhythm. That's what I'm gonna type in and it's gonna work. There's some sort of like, all you do is just beat people up. Like is Sifu 2D? I'm gonna say light Sifu without knowing anything about Sifu. It kind of reminds me of what's GTA but Chinese? What was that game called? Wolf. I'm really fucking fighting for my life right now. What's that game called? Sleeping Dogs. Thank you. I knew it was a canine. It reminds me of Sleeping Dogs Combat. This kind of third person. I don't know if any of these images are gonna help here. Reminds me of this combat, but it's a rhythm game. So you just put in any song you want to listen to, and then like the game just recognizes the BPM of the song, and then you beat the guys to death in like a vaporwave looking background to the beat. I wish I could find it. What would it even be called? Rhythm Slop. That's probably the closest we'll get so far. It is Rhythm Slop, unironically. Didn't work. Let me hit search. Nope. What's that game called? Hey, how's it going? It's going alright, Flash. How are you? We are Steam Store Seashore shopping right now. Slop. Me when I have $15 to spend and I haven't played a new video game in 2 days. Wait, why is this the final Yap session? Because I am stopping streaming forever. I've not heard that talking voice and whatever that was before. I am retiring from streaming. This is my second to last stream. The last one's a graduation where it'll be very scripted content, and then it'll be over. I'll be free. And then I'd show you that meme where like I'm cheering in the sunset as my what are they called? The things police put on you. Man, I'm fucking dumb. I break the chain, and I'm like, yippee! That's me. You and all the new video games are a slop. Beat 'em up rhythm is what I'm typing into Google. Not Hi-Fi Rush. It's similar, though. Wish you the best? Real. Thank you for wishing me the best, Flash. I found it. You probably heard the audio for 2 seconds. Dead as Disco. Dead as Disco. Is that on Steam? Dead as Disco. There it is. Dead as Disco. So all you do is just like hit buttons. You just hit buttons and it just happens. Like this is a jingling keys game for sure. I don't think you're ever actually like progressing through anything. You're just listening to a song you like, and then you beat people to death with that song, which is cool, right? Ted is let's try. It's true. True. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks fun. It looks fun for like an hour. I could fuck with it. It apparently had a free demo, what I saw. Dead as Disco. Demo. The demo's already out. So go for it. Go for it. It looks cool enough. It could be fun. Overwhelmingly positive. Well, that's my 2 prior comments. Cross the River of Styx. I think that's it. I think that's it. I am about to cross the River of Styx. It's over. Rip Bozo, as they say. Oh, the music ended. Where'd my music go? What Nintendo music playlist you guys want to listen to next? I'm thinking upbeat and chill Nintendo Aquarium playlist to get to work. That's the one I picked. Nintendo 3DS Fish Gallery theme? Sounds gas to me. There we are. Then I have to escort him into the Nets life. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind. Alright. Let's do a little bit more Steam browsing. No one's throwing out games. Maybe nobody likes games anymore. Man, I bought Steins Gate for like 50% off, and now it's 90% off. They really got me with it. They really broke my ankles with it. I already got tricked to the Nectar Dancer. I think that's it. DLC for my games? I could buy Guilty Gear. I already own Guilty Gear. I had to remember. Gaming died yesterday. I'm window shopping for what I can't have anymore. Mortal Kombat or something. JoJo. Mortal Kombat. Rivals of Ether 2. Ew, platform fighter. Ew. Been a really good friend to me, man. I appreciate you and everything you have been there supporting me. Thank you, man. Thank you, Inachi. Thank you for supporting me for as long as you have, and I will continue to support you. Please don't think I'm dead. I'm just not heading you live anymore. But thank you. And Justice 2, I heard this game's pretty good. I did buy Skull Girls again. Maybe learn a B&B this time. Spider Heck, that's a fighting game. Yeah, you guys should buy Lethal League Blaze if you haven't yet. Play Lethal League Blaze with me. That game's fun. I wish they put Street Fighter on sale. I want to own it on my PC, so I can download a mod that makes Kimberly's level 3 music not suck. I don't know. I feel like I've seen most of what I wanted to see. I get that, but I work tomorrow for the graduation stream, and I wanted to at least communicate that to you. I have good news. It's been moved to Monday. If that might make you able to watch. I need to, like, advertise that more. But, it has been moved. Congratulations. Or, sorry. Depending on the circumstance. We've done our Steam shopping. I'm gonna blow it up. Hit all my hits. Shrug emoji. Steam disappear. Where'd the background though? There we go. Thank you for humoring me with Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing was a blast. I like that game. I'm glad you had fun watching and I had fun playing. I have a list of things to still yap about, unless we want to freeform it again. Which one of these sounds the most fun to you? I'll let you help me pick. Do you guys want to scroll my Twitter feed? See what kind of algorithm slop we got going on. Or we could do like YouTube shorts. We could just watch YouTube. That'd be fun. Scroll through my socials. A day in the life of Lutz. What's on his algorithm? I got planning for my vacation. We could see what there is in Seattle. Not Seattle, that's not where I'm going. St. Louis, Missouri. See where should I eat for dinner? We could find the most cursed food places in Seattle. Or we could continue to look for Anime Expo merch to buy. Because I need to send Blue more things I want to spend money on. Because I'm not going, but Blue is, and he's gonna mail me stuff. Day in the life, Lutz, pan, and post-murder. And you know, we don't need to do that day in the life. That day in the life is over. I'm going to rearrange your room while you're gone. Sick. My grandma will be here, babysitting the dogs and cat. Will you say hi? Say hi to her. Honestly, the room does need cleaned. I was gonna clean it a bit before I left. I need to do so much, dude. I gotta, like, get all my graduation shit done. Scroll through your YouTube history. I feel like my, like, recommendeds will be worse than my history. I don't click on the garbage. If you want, we can. I'll show it off. I'll show you what I've been watching. I didn't say clean. I mean, like... yeah, just, like... it already looks like a mess, so it'll just turn into more of a mess. Bud Fables? I saw you play that. I think if I was gonna play Paper Mario Lights, I would just play Paper Mario, because I haven't beaten the original. or the DS one, the 3DS one, although people say that one sucks. So like, I still have the original. That's probably what I'd do if I was in a Paper Mario mood. Or Expedition 33, because I think that's just the newest Paper Mario. So those are like on my list of Paper Mario games. I'm not against it, but I think it's on the back burner for Bud Fables. Alright, you guys wanna look at my social media feed or help me plan for my vacay to St. Louis? Both sounded alright. This music is way louder than the other one. Versions to my top 10 games of all time, outranking Paper Mario games themselves. That's impressive. I'm scared of Buds though. Hard choice, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not good at making decisions either. That's why I keep asking you guys to do it for me. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, Blue, if you're still here, I wanted to ask. You want me to like send you money early? How are the first 32 expeditions terrible? That's why you never heard of them. They were miserable games. But the 33, great. I know how you like rhythm games. Ooh, I'm in my rhythm game hater era right now, I can't lie. I despise rhythm games right now. Melody's Escape? I'll look it up. I don't recognize that one by title. But Blue, do you want me to like send you money? Like $100 before you go? So you like aren't doing out of pocket first? Never mind if you aren't into it. Maybe it could have re-inspired me. I did look it up and it doesn't look like I'd be super into it. It looks kind of generic. Oh, it syncs with your own music. We were just talking about that. Yeah, I don't think it's for me. Not for me. You for your own music. That's a negative for me. I know it sounds crazy. It is a negative though. Blum, blum, blum. I only like my keys jingling if it's like once I grab it, I get like if I grab the silver keys, then like I could grind for the gold keys. You know what I mean? That's the kind of key jingling I enjoy. Bum, bum. All right, I'm going to open a new window here. We'll use this one. Places to eat in St. Louis. I have to be careful because Google's gonna be like, did you want to see results for your hometown that you live in? Here's where you live, by the way, and it just like puts a picture on the screen. It's miserable, dude, and you can't disable it. Alright, let's hop on TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor looks kind of bad for what I'm trying to do here. Also, it's like, logged in the TripAdvisor, here's your full name on screen. What do you do? As a VTuber, how do you protect your full name from just showing up everywhere? How do they do it? The Budweiser factory that does tours unless you sample oh shit. Wait, my dad would be so into that though. I go along with my dad to that. That's not a bad idea. Let me write that down actually. Let me write that down on my phone, because it'll be on me when we go. Phone! Let me log in. I know my fingerprint's sweaty. Add notes. New note. Alright, let me just put this on screen for you guys to look at. Find in the TripAdvisor under your name? No! I mean, let me just refresh and say yes so it stops doxing me. I didn't do it this time. Cool, thank you. Let me do a little bit of, what they call... As I can just swap the current Chrome. Swap it over to this one. What up, welcome. We're looking at restaurants. You said... Budweiser factory that does tours and lets you sample beer. Things to do. in St. Louis. I don't like how the notes auto-capitalize. Number 1, Budweiser Museum. Factory, same thing. What is a factory but just a museum that produces, you know what I mean? Tell me I'm wrong. Great craft breweries. Breweries. Hard word. I don't know how much. I mean, we were only there for 2 days. And it's like a family trip with like a lot of kids. So it's not gonna be like crazy adult time, you know what I mean? At the Arch and St. Louis Pizza. We are going to the Arch. The Ark. The boat. The big boat with the animals on it. Is it just called St. Louis Pizza? That's terrible branding. Which one of these looks good? All these pictures suck. Like, I'm not getting advertised to at all here. Kids know the factory too and drink? But they're kids. Oh, and I was like 12. Did you get to sip on it when you were 12? The Fountain on Locust? Ooh, good ice cream. Ooh. No, it says it's expensive though. I guess they're all expensive, huh? Maybe there's no winning. Up, 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 bump. Where was that at? In my head, the plan was like a budget of $30. Am I allowed to budget $150 instead? Because $30 is like 2 chains. 2 chains, you know what I mean? I would rather pay you back and just like let you spend my money, and I get more. If that's cool, with you, like it's you're the one doing it, so you get to make the rules. A handful of YouTubers on St. Louis, obviously, this is what I have to say. Up the guy out there, gotta shut their anonymous. Yeah, you don't have to worry about like matchmaking me. It's a family vacation, and I'll be with my family the whole time. Sauce on the side. This website sucks. AI overview. What if we hop on STL food with no pictures? How about eat St. Louis food tours? Yeah, they got pictures here. Yeah. Pork steaks, toasted ravioli. St. Louis style pizza? Is this what you were talking about? We'll plot. Okay, whatever works for you. Me and Shay both said we'd spend like $150. So that's why I wanted to prepay you. He's like, ooh, that's like $300 out of pocket already. So that's why I offered. We'll plot. We'll scheme. We'll be dastardly. That kind of pizza you're known for making St. Louis pizza popular in St. Louis is the Emotes pizza chain. IMO's Pizza. I guess I'll write it down because, like, you can't go wrong with pizza. The whole family will like it. IMO Pizza. Yo, it's the Evo level theme. The St. Louis Slinger, fire name. Does St. Louis have their own hot dog? They have hot dog stands in St. Louis. Late night culinary choice for almost every college student. Not many diners. What is it? It's a specialty consisting of a meat, typically a hamburger patty, topped with hash browns and 2 eggs, all covered with chili and shredded cheddar cheese. I mean, shit, I guess. Why not? The St. Louis Slinger. St. Louis Slinger. Meat. What was it? It's like meat, hash brown, egg. Plus. Sure, I'm down to try that. I would say number 14 on a top 50. That's very specific. That's a very specific call out. I don't know my like top 10 pizzas in the town I live in. One more question. You mentioned possibly being down for collabs so that you're broadcasting your end. Go on. What else we got here? Ooh, sandwiches. St. Paul sandwich. Every Chinese takeout restaurant? Egg foo young patty. Topped with dill pickle slices, onion, white onion slices, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. Oh, sandwich between 2 slices of bread. Sure, why not? Why not? St. Paul sandwich. Sure. What else we got? Gooey butter cake. By Gooey Louie? Ooh, shit, I want to go for the name alone. Made of a bottom layer of butter and yellow cake batter and a top layer of butter. Extremely rich and delicious. Tend to stay away from the store-bought cakes. Tend to be cream cheese based or flavored. Usually is purchased from a bakery or coffee shop. My favorite is made by Gooey Louie. I mean, shit, why not? If I decided to hold a fun event, would you be interested? Sure. Sure. If the fun event is like playing a video game with friends, why not? Red, white, and goo. This sucks. This sucks. Yeah, gooey butter cake, why not? I'll type in gooey Louie. Gooey Louie. What else you got here? Gerber sandwich. Customer called Dick Gerber. They call me the Dick Gerber. It's been duplicated by me. Garlic butter. There's a version of the sandwich at your favorite St. Louis deli. St. Louis deli. First made by the family-owned Ruma's Deli. I'll type that in. Ruma's Deli Gerber sandwich. Entree. Mmm. Is that what, custard? Frozen custard. I think I've been convinced. Good website. I'm already convinced on food. What else is there to like look at in St. Louis? Oh, did my audio there? There it is. I came back. We already have like events for the day. Here comes. Fun things to do in St. Louis, Missouri. Oh shit, mini golf? I'm down. City Museum. These are the 2 places we're going. The Arch and the museum. Oh, and the zoo. Do they have other things worth doing? A lot of parts, apparently. A lot of parts, apparently. Zach Theater. Shut up. A lot of general city stuff. I need like a better website. I saw paintball. Not TripAdvisor. I'm running out. I'm running out of good links to click on. 39 cool and unusual things to do in St. Louis. What the hell is that? A sculpture of a decapitated head? That's kind of fire. The Venice Cafe. That's kind of cool. Grant's Farm? Ew. Whoa! Turtle playground. Whoa! Can you climb like through the turtle? Wow. That's kind of creepy. I'm into it though. That's fun. I bet my family would like that. What else we got here? World's largest Amako sign. I'll pass. Yeah, we're running out of fancy things. Ooh, the Moto Museum. I bet my dad would like this one. I'll write it down. I bet my dad would like this place. I think we've seen enough. I'm satisfied. Thank you, St. Louis. It's time to watch YouTube. Oh, it's on my other channel. What do you guys want to watch? What do you want to watch? Here's one of my weird thumbnails on my screen, but that's Slime from the yard. He's doing a Jam Slam. And so this is all of his thumbnails are like weird ass thumbnails that are like vaguely related to the thing you did. So you just found some furry cami art. Blah blah blah. These are the playlists I use that we're listening to right now. Video game bobs for hitting side quests. That's a good one. There's some Game Grumps on my screen. There's some VTubers on my screen. There's some Coney on my screen. Yo, Mario Party? Da, 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 da. There's some Fuckface on my screen. There's some anime. You're a magical troll of playlist? I don't need to listen to that. Save to watch later. Da, 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 da. Yo, ASMR? They snuck one in. I used to never get ASMR in my recommended. Da, 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 da. I've been listening to a lot of Jamie Page lately. I shared it before. If you guys aren't listening to Jamie Page, you're missing out. I've also been watching Alpha Rad lately. I watch this channel a lot. I do be watching high-level replays of Granblue a lot to study from. You just like hop on and be like, wow, I play Yule. Let's watch Yule. There's Yule. And then you watch. And you learn. How exciting. How exciting. How do you navigate the neutral? Let's learn something from this recording. Look, you just run up and mash, and they'll mash too. Throw out DPs right when they get their offense. Oh, that's what I need to do that more. I need to do that more. Like, obviously bait out a Brave counter. That's something I miss out on. When you hit the move where like, I'm now super plus. I'm now at least +2. A lot of people just Brave counter. You just block it and then it's still your turn. I need to do that more. She stands after the first hit of heavy to try and sneak in overheads and stuff. I need to do that. I think throwing at the jab was smart too before the overhead. Because it's like not that much slower. You'll still get hit with the high-low mitts, but if they mash on reaction to you going into stance in the first place, you'll probably catch them. Because they're trying, like, if they're trying to stop you doing your shit. That's smart. That's smart. Let's keep the combos at the same one I do. And it's not. Mine was way better. My combo was way better. That's a kill. Do the usual combo. Yup. 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 Oh, they didn't kill in time. And they tried to bait it, but pressed anyway. That works. That works. That works. See, look, you just sit here and study. It's fun. Dula was like shitting on me for like watching these to study. Look how much, look, if you keep running against them on their wake up, especially if they like delay wake up, you get so much corner carry. I need to do that blot string more. I don't do this blot string enough. Just for space. Just to keep pushing them back. Dude, Catalina is dumb. Why should get all that mid-screen? I should get all that mid-screen. Apparently, you can, like, react to, like, the shield popping up. So she has 3 things she can do out of it, right? Can she just raw cancel shield? Can she raw cancel it, or does she have to... Either swing, go back or forward. Or keep charging it. I know she can like shield crush if you hold it all the way. Break a block. But I know it's like if she's point blank. I think if she like auto combos you so you're point blank, whether she goes forward or back, you can like mash and get her. You have to do like a far button if she goes back instead of forward because she's not in your face anymore. I think there's like enough, like you can still catch it where she's back in nooch. I think. Strong I think here. I wonder if you could spot dodge that. You probably could have. R.I.P. Hi Mizuki, how are you? We're chatting today. What are you gonna chat about? Before I never chat again. Before it's over. Boo, it's L, boo. Boo, ew, cringe. Pete. You wanna talk about Pete to the video game? We were doing that earlier. You wanna talk about Pete as in like Odra recap? Pete as in cap, as in Odra recap from Uma Musume? You wanna talk about Uma Musume? How'd she get? Oh, she did the light, didn't she? What did she do? Yeah, she did do light. I wonder why she did light. Weird. Okay, buddy. What? What? What'd I do wrong? We should watch this whole thing. I just clicked on it because I saw it. Missy, what do you want to watch on YouTube? We're YouTube watching. It's YouTube time. YouTube time. Sound the alarm. Let's watch me. Look, who's that guy? Is that the? Let's watch me. Dude, there's like no latency at all on YouTube. What are you guys talking about? Look, I'll do a little bit of head shaking. It's like a 2-second delay at worst. Why does everyone complain? Everyone's yapping about the delay being so bad. What's your guys' problem? I'm gonna hit the bad button now. What do you guys wanna watch? Oh, new Jamie Page song just dropped. I saw the tweet about it. Dance Dance Revolution Extreme Gameplay PS2. Consider me curious. What if we watch You Laugh, You Lose? What if we watch You Laugh, You Lose? Thoughts? That look spot dodgeable. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said 5 minutes ago, too. This thing looks laggy. I should mute the other tab if we're doing this, huh? I'm gonna keep the ocean sounds though. I'm not. Let me turn this up. Whoever uploaded this had the laggiest setup ever. Or is the game just like by default this laggy? Oh, it's on like a DS emulator, isn't it? Oh, a PSP emulator, I suppose. A PS2 emulator on a phone. Phone emulator. What a good video. I'm glad I watched that. What do you guys wanna watch? You listen to some podcasts that I listen to? We just sit here. I'll like pull up a game. Oh, I'll put this on my watch later. Some Say Jam Slam clips. I think this person always does like clips. I can watch. They're like not long, like not capturing as much as I'd want to watch, but there's enough in there. We watch some ASMR. Capcom music. Capcom music. How cringe is this game? How hard are buttons in this game? I'm kind of curious. I want to see the free gameplay of top tiers. I think I saw the person tweet about this.
Combo starter into, I think.
Yeah, I saw a person tweet about it.
A and bomb setup.
CEO.
Stuck in the corner now.
Stuck in the corner.
This is the We Watch Fighting Game stream.
Only got a smidgen of health left.
This is a guess for game scenario with 8 seconds on the clock.
You really had to. Either that or you spend 2 on 4H and you still get hit because you're sitting there because of
True, they're spin.
Already.
That was a short combo.
Good throw tech.
This one looks like it's gonna be way longer.
TP. We are doing the loop. Again.
Aw, but the
Good
burst.
Bomb pressure. Throwing out bomb.
This could be it.
I believe. Yeah, no, that might be a dead Picora.
Dang, combos are that long.
No.
Drop.
Drop
No, I
combo,
don't think it
15
actually
hits.
would.
Just end.
How do people do it? How do they do it? I don't have it in me. Oh yeah, this game. Blue sent me this game today. It's like Kirby Air Ride. Kirby Air Ride meets Chow Garden. Is there more to it? Is it just like an everything game? The graphics are very like Dreamcast. It looks kind of awesome, I can't lie. Oh, thank you. It looks awesome, I can't lie. Where did you find this game, Blue? What brought your attention to this game? What revealed it to you? Neutral Star. Yeah, sure.
Welcome to the first episode of the Star Garden Showcase.
Wow.
I'm Chowmix, the lead developer and creator of the game, here to show off Star
Chowmix,
Garden's unique
my
Lumi
front
vehicle
page, who
forms. To kick
knows? I thought maybe there's more
things
to it.
off, we'll be taking a look
Holy
at
shit, it
the
is just
base
Kirby Air
Lumi
Ride.
vehicle form,
It wasn't even
Neutral
subtle.
Star.
I mean, I know it wasn't subtle to begin
In
with,
Star
but like...
Garden, you hatch and raise adorable cosmic pets called Lumi. They'll be your greatest companions throughout your journey.
Are these
But
like...
what makes them truly special is their ability to transform into rideable
Oh,
shooting
I
stars.
see.
Every newborn Lumi starts as your first vehicle, the Neutral Star. The Neutral Star is
Oh,
the
so the
baseline
sets
for
aren't
every
like for
player's
you,
journey
they're for
in
your
Star
chow.
Garden. As you raise your Lumi and level up
I
its stats,
see.
both your Lumi and its vehicle form will begin to change. Their look, their performance, and even how they feel to ride. All of it evolves based on how you choose to play. The Neutral
This
Star
is like
doesn't come with any
such a
flashy
hyper-specific
abilities
game.
yet. But that's the point. From the Neutral Star, you can evolve into
Oh,
any
that's
of
the,
8 different stat types, each with unique abilities that we'll be going over in future
Oh,
episodes.
I see.
And who knows? There might even be more to discover later on.
Oh,
In a multiplayer
I
game,
see how
if you
this
don't
works.
manage to evolve your Lumi from the base Neutral Star evolution during the first phase of the match, you'll get a free Pity upgrade to the evolved Neutral Star to use for the finale. While the evolved
Pity
Neutral Star
upgrade.
still might not have any abilities like the rest of the evolutions do, it is better suited for combat, even if at the cost of some handling. But remember, it's always best to evolve your Lumi to take advantage of the added vehicle form abilities. I wonder what those could be. Anyways, that's gonna be all for today's
This looks
showcase.
sick.
Join us in
It's
future
so
showcases
specific.
where we'll be going over
This
each
is
vehicle
like
evolution and
such
their
a
unique
niche
abilities.
game.
Make sure to follow
I guess it's not
Stargarden
like-
on Kickstarter to be the first to know when the campaign and our playable demo
Like,
go live.
I guess
And don't
Sonic
forget to give the
Adventure
game a
2
wishlist on
and 1
Steam.
aren't
See you
that
next
like
time.
niche, and Kirby Air Ride is like sorta niche, but it's like still like a lot of people played it. But especially with like Kirby Air Ride 2 coming out, I don't know, like it is fire. Don't get me wrong, it is fire, and I will be there. I will be. I'm gonna sub to this channel. I'm gonna sub to this channel with the bell on. I want to hear updates. Basic defense. I hope the characters are customizable. That one looked cool. I don't know why it lads every time I start a video. Help! Oh, you can like dodge? It says like, I wonder if this is made by the people who are in like the Kirby Air Ride Discord. It reminds me of like the Sonic Riders competitive. Does this have strike throw? You just saw that, right? This game has strike throw. Yeah, it's like the Sonic Riders competitive, where it's like they add extra elements to like this is like extra elements on top of what Star Garden, it is Star Garden. It's just like extra elements on top of like The game we all love. We had to redo the meta after 20 years. We've played enough. We need to finally shake it up. I wonder how many. It started in the ages community. Ages. That much pretty cool. You guys should collab. There's like so many words being said, I don't know. Is Xiaomich the person making the game? That was the person who's like, I'm Xiaomich, I'm making this game. Who's Xiaomich? Xiaomich Chili Dogs? This person? If Sonic won't do it, I will. That Sonic fan game 1 from Sonic Week. Did I play a Xiaomich game already? Oh god. I must just tease. But I didn't, which I wish I did. So that's what this is. That's the lore. I spent a year making a Chow Garden and Kirby Air Ride successor. You sure did. I'm into it. I'm into it. I just want to watch like, a long documentary on YouTube. I haven't watched the... No, I did watch the newest Summoning Salt already. Where's it at? I already watched the newest Summoning Salt. Melee, the quest for sub 3 minutes. It was alright. I've seen enough gaming documentary. 2 hours? The absurd history of bad video games. This is long. Why are documentaries so long? Why are they so long? Maybe I don't want to watch an hour-long video. The most toxic villain of competitive gaming. What's that left picture? Is that him? Yesterday I was playing Subnautica and I made a 3-story brick house. That's fire. I didn't know you could make brick houses in Subnautica. I thought it was like in the ocean. You'd make like an ocean house with the ocean. The detailed rise and fall of Google Stadia. Dude, they have documentaries for everything. Dang. Yo, Burger Time? I'm a little bit familiar with Burger Time. The Mysterious Serial Experiments Lane PS1 game for 3 hours? Shit, hold on. I'll window shop. I meant like shitting bridge? I see. That makes more sense. Hello, Serial Experiments Lane.
When you begin
Rise
serial
and fall
experiments
of...
lane
Yeah, go
on
for it.
PS1, after the familiar
Go for
Sony
it.
Computer Entertainment
I'd watch.
and
I'd comment on it.
PlayStation logo startup animations, you're greeted not by an opening cinematic or a title menu, but by this operating system boot screen. You're then prompted to choose either to authorize a user or load data. Since this was my first time playing, I authorized a user. On the name entry screen, I chose the name Dungeon, for obvious reasons, but we'll look at
This
how
looks
this
cool.
came back to life much
What
later
is-
on in this video.
this looks
Anyway,
cool.
after inputting a name, you're thrown into the game. The titular Lane is your avatar, rendered as a 2D sprite, trapped inside a cylinder of data.
Why does this
amongst
game
a
look cool?
black
I've never
void.
watched the
Colored
anime.
lines
Which one
streak
came
through
first, the
background.
game or the anime?
Occasionally, an orb of yellow light will float by. The whole thing looks more like a Windows
many
95
C4s in your house?
screen
Nuh-uh.
setting for a video game. Around the
I
outside
already
of each
checked.
level of the
I did my
cylinder
daily
are
check.
nodes, labeled with abbreviations and numbers.
This
What
game was
these
converted to
letters and numbers signify,
HTML. You
you'll
can
have to
play
navigate
online.
first. Lane can open some of the nodes, unwrapping them like
Serial Experiments Lane online game. Start. How did you just like know that? How did you just know that? Authorized user. There we go. My name is Lutz. Adu. Hold on. I'm lost. Aha. Da da da. I'll figure it out. Motsu. This is hard. I know. Oh god, I hit the back button. Okay, so those YouTube documentaries, pretty epic ones. Is that who we were watching? We were watching Dungeon Chill. Authorized user. This audio is loud as hell. I'm gonna turn it down. 50. I need the small. I need the small. God damn it. No. That's the right one. That's just Nope. Where's the small? There you are. Damn it. The buttons are like opposite of what I think they are. I think that's right. Yes. Press start to finish. What's my start key? What's my start key? What's my start key? It's not enter. It's not enter help. I typed the word start. Didn't work. I should have read the rules. What if we watch the rest of the documentary?
Christmas presents and throwing them toward the screen. Others she can't open. Sometimes she takes a swing at them and misses. Sometimes the notes have their own defenses and will zap Lane with a shock of electricity. The ones that open transition to a new screen with several keywords and a choice between
start.
play
It should start now. Well, it's too late.
Hitting play within these node screens will start audio recordings of either conversations or diary entries.
Check this out. I'm gonna do my classic.
Sometimes you'll get lucky and stumble across
I watch things at 1.25 speed. I watch everything at this speed because I'm a freak.
And so you proceed up the cylinder, down the cylinder, selecting nodes, hoping for them to open, scratching your head at the ones that don't, and slowly, by listening to the scattered conversations and diary entries, as well as watching short snippets of animated sequences, a story begins to form. But what does it all mean?
This is wild.
What are we meant to be doing here? And what does any of this have to do with the groundbreaking 1998 anime series?
I watch it in 0.75 to savor the moment. That's freaky.
About the length of this
That's
video,
freaky.
welcome to the mysterious serial experiment.
So the whole game is 3 hours? Skip intermission. Fire intro. This seems sick. This seems really cool.
Serial
In like
Experiments
a
is game, audio drama,
weird
mixed
way.
media experiment, developed and published by Pioneer LDC and released for the
Is it
PlayStation
like
1 on
more than
November
just the
26th,
anime?
1998, exclusively in Japan. I'm sure most Western fans are familiar with the Serial Experiments Lane anime, which is a 13-episode television series.
It's only
that aired from
13
July
episodes?
6th to September 28th, 1998 in Japan.
was
Serial
longer.
Experiments Lane is about a 14-year-old girl named Lane Iwakura who gets a mysterious email from a dead classmate telling her to meet her in the Wire, the series equivalent to the internet.
I hope it's okay we have anime on screen. YouTube, don't kill me.
Lane initially is uninterested in computers, but gradually becomes more and more obsessed with technology and the Wired. It turns out she has a preternatural gift for hacking and finds herself entangled in a conflict between several shadowy groups. That's a very straightforward summary of the series. Anyone who's ever
Different
sat down
story
and
with the
watched
same
Serial
characters? Is it still
Experiments Lane will tell
canon?
you the story and
Is it like
presentation
written by
are
like
anything but straightforward.
like the same
Furthermore,
author
what
and
some
stuff?
Western fans may not be aware of is
It's
the fact
interesting.
that Serial Experiments Lane was envisioned by its creators as a media franchise. This franchise
Oh,
includes the
I
television
see.
series, Serial Experiments Lane,
So
and
probably
the
is the
PlayStation
answer.
1 video game, Serial Experiments Lane. To go along with the two main entries in the franchise are several supplemental materials: the collected and annotated screenplays,
Blue dropped
Scenario
the sauce
Experiments
in the
Lane,
Discord.
the collage-style episodic breakdown manual, Visual Experiments Lane, and the design and conceptual artworks collection, An Omnipresence in Wired, which also includes a short manga that
It's
acts
about
as a
the same
bridge
thing that
between
we're
the stories of
watching.
the video game and the anime series, titled The Nightmare of Fabrication. Not to mention the various soundtracks, singles, and remix albums, an interactive CD-ROM with a bunch of artwork.
I didn't
and
know
other
the
goofy stuff
Serial
on it, as well as
Experiments
various
Lane
other
had it like
illustrations
this.
and design documents that you can dig up online if you're really determined. And I was really determined.
The Hazel
Thanks,
video I
Internet
saw.
Archive.
I see.
Of course, it's not
Thanks, Internet
uncommon for
Archive.
anime series to feature video games, supplemental materials, art books, as well as soundtracks to accompany their release. And it's not uncommon for most of that miscellanea to remain exclusive to Japan, especially in 1998. The game and the TV series both entered production at the same time. though the game appeared 2 months after the
Curious
series had
origins
finished
of
airing. The
Lane,
concerns events that take
gameplay,
place when Lane
anime,
was younger than she is in the
spoilers,
TV series. I carefully
spoilers,
worded that last statement
spoilers.
for reasons that
Let's
will
all
become
love
clearer much
Lane.
later on. If you really
He's just
want
gonna
a
spoil the
technical
whole
nightmare,
game.
fabrication was the first
I didn't watch it, but it feels very post-rec from what I know. But now I'm gonna click on that link and see what you mean. Into the Discord I go. "34 minutes, more digestible." Whoa. Fairly mild thematic spoilers from the
We all
video
knew this
game.
existed.
Hello,
The
Hazel.
Lane game was released alongside the
Oops, I
anime.
made your
that
speed
both were
faster.
conceived of at roughly the same time, that the game isn't an adaptation but a separate canon with different characters, that there's been a fan translation PDF since 2014, but how many of us had actually played it? Its ISOs
Not
have been
me.
available, but there's not a single full playthrough of the game on YouTube. Why
Not
would
a
there be when
single?
the game consists of listening to long blocks of untranslated audio that has to be cross-referenced against a 600-page PDF? This is where
Wait,
the
that's fire.
Gremlin, my writing, free fan-made WebGL port comes into play. A full recreation of the original PlayStation 1 game with full English subtitles you can fully play in your browser. Wow, the power of science is existentially horrifying.
Wow.
Yeah. I get it now. I'm a part of the club. A denizen of the Wired.
There's so many documentaries on this
When I
thing.
watched Lane last year, I enjoyed it.
I want to see what else Hazel has. We've been looking at that a little too long, but I'm curious. Cozy anime RPGs. I'm down to click on cozy anime RPGs. Who was responsible for this anime? These look fun. These look like good watches. Oops, I subscribed. Oops. Oops, 2 hours. Oh my god.
I feel like there's a silently agreed upon rule that the holiday season is the
Dude,
best
some
time
content
for
creators know how to
vintage
make content.
JRPGs. October brings out the Silent Hills and Dr. Hausers, but the pool of Christmas games is so shallow and notoriously awful that we're really out here calling.
Oh, I
things
love this
like the
game.
Snow level in Diddy Kong Racing.
I love
a
that game
Christmas
too.
game. We're down horrendous. Vintage
Good
PC
channel,
sites
my
are even
coworker
elaborate
at
compared to the rest of us,
Bruce.
and even then, the majority of what they got
There's
were
just like
loose
this
ends.
turbo niche shit lying
Lane
around I
Resonus
just
is
don't
a
know
video game
about.
released in
I say turbo
1997
niche like
for
it's
the
not for every
Super
million
Spectrum.
subscribers.
It is the
But the
fifth
content's
game
about
in
turbo
the
niche
series.
shit,
Don't get
so
me wrong,
I
Resonus
allow it.
Games is a certified hood classic. Merry Gear Solid 2 is like one of the best fan games ever made. This is an excuse to show footage of Death Smiles.
Yo,
2.
Death
It's
Smiles.
just harder to get directly into the spirit of the season with a controller.
I need to play
in
that.
hand
I own
than
it.
to say, Watch
Well, not
Out
the
for
second
Fake
one, but
Christmas, or Jingle All the Way, or Jingle All the Way 2, starring Larry the Cable Guy.
Holy
produced
shit,
by
that was the guy
WW
from,
Studios. Lacking in video game
Zack and
adaptations
Cody.
of Santa Meets the
I guess I
Ice
should full
Cream
screen this if
Party,
we're watching
many
it.
have opted to seek out the feelings these
We're not gonna
holidays
watch all
evoke.
2
Warm
hours,
blankets and
but I do
cold
have a
weather,
5-hour
giving
car
and
ride coming
receiving
up.
gifts, the
So,
prolonged
like,
exhale after another
I have
awful
ideas.
year. Christmas
I have
is,
ideas.
Seldom actually that for me. It's usually a maelstrom
I see the
of
vision,
stress,
actually.
the unshakable cynicism at the holidays' blatant commercialization that comes from years and years of working in retail.
Man, this
and
person wrote a
being
2-hour
sad
long
that I can't
video.
afford to go see my family. But it's nice to play pretend every once in a while. Once you've had enough of watching real life numbers go down, why not watch fake numbers go up?
True.
Plus, you get to kill God in like half of all JRPGs, so there's that.
True.
Let's talk about some games that are especially good for winding down with each night. As the
That game
winter
looked cute.
weather
What was
marches
that?
on and one weird year prepares to change hands with the next.
Oh, all the
I'm
games are up
sticking with
top.
anime here
The back, hold
because
on.
Plus, you get to kill God.
Not
and
Dragon
wind half of
Quest. Man, all the
JRPGs,
credits in the
so
top right,
there's that.
too.
Let's talk about some games that are especially good for winding down with
The
each night.
Twisted
As the
Tales.
episode
I
marches
should have
on
just.
and one
Bruh, whatever.
weird
The
year
Twisted Tales of
prepares to
something.
change hands with the next.
That game looked good.
I'm sticking with anime here because it would have been too hard to narrow down a list of games if I didn't set some limitations for myself. Also, I like anime.
If I didn't
But,
watch
how
at
fair is it to
1.25
even
speed,
try
I would have been able to
quantify
click on it.
anime?
Yo,
I'm
Churno's
not
on
pushing that.
screen.
I know anime when I see it. It's fine. It's fine. Same goes for what qualifies as a role-playing game. Talking about games is more fun than not talking about games. So why not talk about more games?
Is the video
Keep in
loud
mind,
enough for
as
you
a tiny
guys, or
bit
do I
set
need
of
to turn
arbitrary
it up more?
regulations, I'm not going to be super
I turned
rigid
it
about
up.
what qualifies as cozy either. If
It should
anything,
probably
this
be
video is
louder.
more about using a handful of games to examine what exactly a cozy game can be. It's possible that you may hear words like that and assume that a
I
game
haven't
has
seen,
to
like,
be
any of these
super
games,
nice
and
to
they all
make it
look
onto
cute.
this list, so let me set the record straight.
Which
Just look at
I
this
guess isn't
channel. I love
surprising.
few things more than art that is uncompromisingly dark or weird or transgressive or all of the above. Rather than everything needing to be bright and cheery all the time, or never aiming to say anything, I set out for games that had more of a breezy, laid-back feel, akin to a full season of a TV anime, where there's plenty to chew on but you never feel like you're being beaten over the head. More Nadia, Secret of Blue Water, less Evangelion. One of the biggest reasons for this is that there are always going to be people championing games like Xenogears for being massive and sprawling or systems-rich, but games that stick to being more unassuming can often get swept to the wayside when sometimes that's really all you want. I'm all for mechanical bloat in my JRPGs.
Oh my god!
Resonance of Fate has
Ew.
been on my to playlist for years now, but
Whatever
we're
that
talking
was,
about
I'm
the
not
kinds of
playing it.
games that you can play a little absent-mindedly. Let your attention weave in and out between story segments and combat. Also, you know whose channel this is. I'm coming in weirds only. Okay, let's get into it.
Weirds only. I've heard this song before. I know this one.
No. Okay, seriously though, I want to start by taking you back. Not to a better time, but a simpler one.
A simpler
As a deeply
time.
socially inept child
Sure enough,
with a
keep showing
portable
up.
video game console, no two sentences struck
You can also
greater
recommend
fear
Nitro
into the
Rad. He
core
puts you to
of my
review. I've seen
brain,
that name
spoken by
recommended
an
from you a
adult
time or
man.
two, I think.
Alright, save and quit, kiddo. Or so.
Yo, wait, hold on.
Level
Sick
you are.
fucking Game Boy. Did you see that? YouTube. No, Nitro Rad. Nitro Rad. Holy fuck, attacking the power of Juju. This is the game I always forget about. Like, all the time. I want to see a little bit of gameplay. I want to see the multiplayer specifically, so that's all I did. Do they have it? Nah, it doesn't look like it. We'll just go to controls and basic
Man,
moves.
I was bummed when I realized you don't get that pole vault again. In fact, you don't even get anything to go in its place whatsoever. There is no alternate
I wonder
jump
if this is...
time at all.
No, maybe this is
You're
the one
just
I
double
played.
hover jumping the entire game, and sure, it is a reliable move that makes
Oh,
getting
this
around
is so
easy, but it
weirdly
isn't always
familiar.
necessarily-
I'm gonna go back and click the first one. This is a game I played when I was like 6. Yeah.
Growing up
Yeah.
in the early 2000s,
We're
I was
back.
always seeing everything, try to figure out what kids thought was cool. All the gross out crap, all the slime, all the edgy stuff. It was really weird, but all the kids I knew, like, it was skateboarding, it was snowboarding, it was Sonic and sunglasses. That's what every kid I knew thought was cool. I always found it interesting looking back at platformers from that time because it's sort of like a big time capsule. Like, this is what it felt like being a kid back then.
Torque.
Before the corporations had our brains solved and knew what we want. No, back then they were throwing whatever they could at the wall trying to see what would stick. I don't know, what do these kids want? The evil games. Attacking the Power of Juju has always been the one game from that era that's really stuck out to
The
me the
evil
most like
game.
that because, like, it clearly is trying to be cool to kids, right?
Whoa,
It's
this
got
does
the
look cool for
snowboarding, it's got
kids.
the
Oh, that was the
sarcasm
thing
and
I
all that
remembered. The
stuff.
snowboarding.
It is still so clearly detached from that Sonic sunglasses idea of cool. But you know what? It, weirdly enough, ended up doing quite a bit better than a lot of the copycats doing that.
What the
sort of
hell are
thing.
all of these
And even
games?
today, like, this game seems to
What
have
were
quite a
all
cult
of those
following.
games we just
Now
saw?
I've sort of thing.
Oh,
It,
that.
weirdly enough, ended up
Whiplash,
doing quite a
Torque,
bit better than a
Rough
lot of the
Trigger,
copycats
Vets,
doing
and
that sort of thing.
Scalar. What
And
the
even
hell are
today, like, this game
those?
seems to have quite a cult following. Now,
What the
I've
hell are
never
all of
actually
those?
played any of these games,
This person
not
has a cool
once.
collection
In fact,
here.
when I was growing up, I didn't know a single kid that did, but we all knew about it. Like, there was so many commercials for it on YTV, and a lot of magazine ads, and like Nintendo Power, and I think Archie Comics too. Mostly this first game. It was like 2004 I was seeing this. But yeah, like, all my friends and me, we all knew about Tack and the Power of Juju, but none of us had any interest in it. So it always just remained at the back of my brain as this thing I always knew about.
I
but
only
never
got to
knew
play it because my
anything
neighbor
about.
owned it.
I guess this was Nick's big
My
attempt at making
neighbor
an original game series. 'Cause you know they made tons
was
of games based
also
on
a
shows back then,
Blockbuster
SpongeBob,
frequenter,
Timmy Turner,
and
of
I was
course,
a
good old
Blockbuster
James Isaac.
frequenter.
Ooh, Attack of the Twonkies. Now that
I've
is a
not played
dope
this
game.
one.
So hey, why not make an original game?
So, like,
Well,
every
I can
week,
sort of think of why actually
they
my
let-
kids
they
are
let
buying them
you-
based on recognizing them
it was
from
like
TV,
you
so I
paid
don't
like a
know if
monthly
that's
plan,
really-
just rotate
really,
out
really
one
worked as
game.
well. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I did
As often
technically
as you
recognize
wanted.
it from TV, just commercials on
So I just
TV
played a
and
bunch of
not an
random
actual
slop.
show. They did actually make a show based
And my
on it
friend
a
had
couple years
slop, and we'd like
later,
go
but by
to
then
each
I
other's
was in middle
houses, my
school, I
neighbor's
wasn't really
house, and
watching
we'd play each
TV
other's
much
slop.
anymore. I never saw a single episode of it. I don't know the first
It was a
one about
show?
it, honestly. But man, when this thing first came out, I was the
My cousin
precise
was
fourth grade
rich.
demographic. I was seeing ads for
Damn.
this thing all the time, and I thought the characters looked really
My
ugly,
cousin,
and the
well,
game
not my
didn't look like
cousin,
anything
my
I wasn't
uncle,
already getting from
but
Rayman
like
2 or 3,
when he
and
wasn't
that's
old
pretty
enough, so
much
he
what I
still
thought as
lives
a kid.
there
Maybe my
with the
brain was too
family.
occupied with
They
Sonic
were
and
rich and they had
sunglasses,
like
I don't know,
every
but it
every
certainly
game,
didn't
but
seem
it was
the
like
kind of thing that would get your average North
I don't.
American kid
Like
all
he's
that
not like
excited. But that
a
didn't
niche
stop
gamer.
Nickelodeon
He's
from
like
pushing
he's
it
buying
as
all
the
like the
next big
popular
thing. I
gaming
mean, look
shit.
how
You know what I
many commercials
mean?
they made. Look how many games they made. Like I feel
Like
so
every
detached
first
from
party
this success
title,
because,
and then every
apparently
like
this game sold well over 1
ad
million
gaming
copies.
thing.
What?
So like
And that's just the first
the
game. Was
Kinect
that purely
stuff,
the
and then
power of
like
marketing? Or was there
VR.
actually
Always
something
buying like the
here
new
that
VR
genuinely
headset
did
and like
stick
a
with you?
high-end
I think it's high
PC, but
time
doesn't
I
actually
finally
like
figured that out.
like
Clearly,
is
there's
into
enough
video
people that still
games
find this thing
like
interesting in some shape or form. I mean, this has been one of
like
the most
commercially
requested games on
and
this
not
channel
like
forever. So every time
artistically.
I'd see one at the pawn shop, I'd scoop it up.
Damn.
I'd scoop it up.
I'd scoop it
Kind
up.
of ended up with like whatever version of each game. I did try to avoid the PS2 versions just because I do know that is usually the weakest of the three when it comes to multiplayer.
Show him Toho.
The first one's not
I
on
don't. I think
Xbox,
he's
though,
like
so I
far
guess we're
away
going
from anime
GameCube,
build.
which honestly is
I'll be
pretty nice
honest.
because yeah, this is the version I would have had if I had this as a kid.
I'll be honest.
Now that
I don't know
got
who
all
I
three
can
games, I'd
convince.
say it's been a long time coming. Let's finally figure out what
I
tag
feel
is.
like
38 blocks.
weirdly enough, I think the
I've
closest
never seen a
person I can
GameCube
convince
game
is like
take
my
38.
sister.
Usually it's like more than 50 or it's under like 70.
Because my sister is
I've
like
never seen that medium
as
amount of
casual
block
as
before.
a casual gamer
This is one of the
gets.
most beautiful platformers
Like
I've
owns
ever
a
seen.
Switch and like
We'll
2
see about
games
that.
on it.
Attack, smash things
But it's
up
like
on the mighty
like
Rhino.
she like I feel
Avoid
like she's
foul
the most
play in a
experimental.
chicken suit.
I could just be like, hey, play this
Chicken suit.
game. And she'd like
I
she'd
need to
push
find out
buttons.
what this video game
She
is.
wouldn't
What
be
are we
into it.
talking about?
But that's the closest we can get. Classic Wii stuff right there. Classic Wii stuff right there. My Wii doesn't glow
So, of
blue
course, Nick-
anymore. My Wii doesn't do that. My blue light died ages ago. Millennia ago. I have 2 Wiis because my first one died of how much I used it. Second one already doesn't have a working blue light. It's kind of sad. Shame.
So of course, Nick Games
Yo,
and
Nitro had
THQ
2.
both
Everyone
publishing,
watches
as they did with
better
all those
YouTubers
games
than I
back
do.
then,
You
but
guys
who
gotta
made
start
this?
sending me more
Oh, yeah, the logo with
recommendations
the most effort
for
put into
movies.
it. Now that's the one that really matters.
I wanna watch
And,
more movies.
Avalanche Software.
I like how my awesome stream is just me watching other content creators.
Wait, Hogwarts?
See, this is what I want to do.
Well, it looks like they worked on some pretty goddamn
Your mom
big
lets you have
names
2
after Tag. Wow.
Wiis? Yeah,
Well,
what
from
can I
I can tell, they
say?
made all 3 of them, at least the
What can
console
I
versions.
say?
Oh, wait.
It's
There's
more
no
like
Wii
I
Force one they
stole a
didn't make.
friend's
How
Wii.
many tech videos are we making? They're owned
Because
by
I
WB
always
now,
asked like to borrow
unfortunately,
stuff
but
from
hey, back then, it
friends.
seemed to
Friend
be
like,
a
can I
typical
borrow this
licensed
for a
game
while?
studio. You know, you
Like
wanna put Donkey
vaguely,
Kong
and then
in
I
the
just
game,
steal
you
it.
got one of these guys.
That's my classic
Oh my God, they made
maneuver.
Dragon Ball Z Sagas. That is like the
Yo.
worst Dragon Ball game
That does
of
a
all
dog
ever
shit.
made. And I'm sure that thing being a disaster was like a production thing, but that is both fascinating and funny as hell, knowing that the people who worked on that also made Tak and the Power of Juju. And that's not just a logo-based assumption.
like this
either. No,
happens
I
all the
checked their
time.
names, and I found a lot of the same people on both games. Early on,
I stole some N64 games, it works. It's a good strategy.
One day, a little idea
A good strategy.
1995 got pitched up to Nickelodeon. Yeah, so they approached Nick, and Nick said, yeah.
There was
at
a,
least according to the
Scott the
2012
Woz
interview from
video
IGN with John Blackburn,
that did,
he,
like,
something on
like
tag, I don't know what he
famous
did. The credits
game
don't say
company's
who did
first
what.
video
No,
game.
he's the creator. Okay, well now I just
And it was
forgot.
always like
The
just some
article
random
detailed
ass
it. John
wacky
goes on to describe how much creative control
like,
they had, which I guess explains why it feels
commercial
more unique than most
like
platformers back
movie
then. They
tie-in
really
sort
were
of
just doing their own
game,
thing,
and then they
instead
go
of
and
trying to
make
figure
like
out what the kids want.
the most
Now,
famous
John here
game,
says that Nickelodeon
game
wasn't
of the
nothing but
year
helpful, bringing ideas to the
2015.
table and stuff, and he liked them all. But that still kind of implies that Nick did have some influence over this project, which I think explains some of the things in here. We'll get into this. We'll get into that later.
It sure
Title
looks
screen
cool.
sure feels on budget. Nice, smooth environment pan over the lush green tree village, warmly lit by the torches. The environment's really nice looking, actually, and the music's really good too. Well, down here in the extras, we get a whole bunch of
It's like
advertisements
almost-
for various Nickelodeon stuff. That's par for the course for Nickelodeon.
Oh hell yeah! Yo,
Music video about.
Oh, that's
this is
fire.
really how they advertised stuff back then. Wild boy, wild boy. All right,
That
that's
looks
enough of
good.
that. Anyway, sorry. New game.
when game menus were just the rendered game space, it is fire. This
We open
video
up with a
like
shaman named Jabulba trying to
almost
summon
kind of
some otherworldly
has.
spirit
I
called
can like
Juju.
see where I got the inspiration for editing my rhythm games and non-rhythm games video. It's not nearly like holding on to scenes enough.
What word?
Like mine. Mine's snappier.
Hi.
But I feel
Yes.
where I'm stealing my like energy.
I do.
I recognize
speak,
this
but I see
dude
that
so
you
much.
don't.
A power stick you hold in your hand.
I recognize this guy.
I have never seen a juju like you before.
Oh, he summoned me.
And what is this magic box you watch me on?
Okay, this is pretty fun. You know, you get some simple fourth wall
I
breaking
remember
humor,
this. I remember
illustrating our
that.
relationship with the game as the player, and then Jaboba begins to explain the basics of the plot we got here. So the Poopanunu people here in the village
what?
are protected by the moon juju.
The what?
The problem here is the moonstones, the source of the moon juju.
I don't remember this lady.
protection.
I just
That
want
was
to see. I want to see the
stolen by jealous
snowboarding.
and power-hungry Tlaylock.
That's
I remember
Tlaylock.
that guy. I do remember
He's
this.
Not nice.
He's
This
not
bad,
nice.
bad dude uses the moonstones to transform all of the Poopanunu people into useless sheep that can't stop.
Oh, I remember the
But
sheep.
fear not, for we still have the Poopanunu prophecy.
A mighty warrior
I remember
trained
this
by the
person.
High Shaman will defeat Tlaylock and save the moon juju.
Isn't this guy like really lazy
I
or
have
something?
trained such a warrior. His name is Locke. Tech, what are you doing?
You told me to go get Locke.
Wait a minute. Wait, like, Tak's not the hero? We don't even play as the hero of the story. No, we're like some other random guy because the actual hero got blasted with the "now you're useless" spell. That's actually a really funny idea for a plot. Okay, I like that a lot. That's a good platformer plot idea. So yeah, first impressions and the setting and story and stuff. It's certainly
I want a
funny
room like
and
this guy.
interesting, but it is kind of weird
I want
too. 'Cause,
stuff.
You know, they're supposed to be little tribal dudes, but
I need
there's definitely
collectible
a-
stuff.
considering
I'm gonna
the
skip
name of
ahead
their
a tiny
village is
bit.
essentially poop.
I want to see
It's
some
never a
gameplay.
problem, and it usually does get the job done. But man, the physics feel like you're going through molasses sometimes. Like if you don't
Dude, that
have a
jump
running
looks
start,
bad.
If you're like in a tight space, it just doesn't really feel very good. B button, of course, whack stuff with your club. No 3-hit combo or anything, you just mash to swing infinitely, so it's super simple and effective. I like how much you can break stuff without having to stop. It kind of feels like, remember when Twilight Princess made it so you didn't have to stop anymore to cut the grass? It kind of feels
Whoa.
like that. I do
The
like
goat
that a
was
lot.
inspired by the
combat is
goat.
just about as complicated as it should be for a game like this. Just give them a couple good whacks and they're gone. They're more like obstacles than fighting opponents, which is great. Keeps the gameplay focused on the exploration and platforming. There's also Juju powers you can find a little bit later into the game that spices up the combat a little bit, but we'll get to that when we find them. Oh, what else can you
I like
make
how
back
far
to?
those
You
flew
can do
away.
like a
These
sort of
environments
long
are
jump,
pretty.
You know, holding the trigger in Mario and jumping out of the crouch. You
Oh,
do the
he's
long
playing.
jump. It's like they copied that, but without any of the animation feedback to make it feel any good. There's no duck or slide or
He's
anything
playing, the
telling you
3D
that pushing
collection,
L is doing
whatever it's called.
something. You just kind of have to know and trust that pressing A after pressing L is gonna do this. The move doesn't even feel very good. It's got that like forward locking feel to it that barely gives you any control over it. Like I've fallen off the edge trying to do this so many times. There's really
Rip
nothing
Mario
meaningful you
64.
can do with
I hope
it
they
other
make
than
like
just
a
getting around slightly faster.
remake
You're
of
not
Mario
getting any
64
distance out
and
of
like
it. Your double jump
HTML for me to
actually
play on the
goes
internet.
further than this. Sometimes I do a cool jump
Let's
with
do
it,
Mario
and that did
64
feel
week,
neat,
where
but it was
I
never
just
because
play
I
like
had
a bunch
to or
of
was
different
helpful to. It was because I was desperately trying
like
to get some use out
fan
of
mods
it.
of Mario
Yeah, it's kind of
64. Let's
useless.
play like the
You could probably
Minecraft,
cut
like
this
the
move
Mario 64
entirely, and I
builder.
don't
That
think
looks fun.
anything would be any different. Jump at a rope
Those are
and
two
tackle
separate things. I saw a
automatically grab onto
Minecraft
it,
one, and
up
then I
down on the
saw
stick, then climbs and descends, and
a
if you want to start
builder.
swinging, hold
I
the
think
B
they were
button and
separate.
then
Maybe they
stick
are the same.
forward.
I think they were separate.
Back, and yeah, you really got to sway it back and forth. It doesn't feel amazing. I find it sways around a little bit more.
Yeah, they
than
were
I'd
separate.
like, but
Someone
hey,
was
it works
making
well
like
enough,
straight up
just to give
Minecraft, and
yourself
like
a
each
second to just be a
biome
little
like
patient
would
with it.
switch
It's
the
fun.
music to a
Like
different
any decent
song from the
platform,
original
you've got a
game.
ledge grab, and oh, that's
You could like
pretty good,
generate the
actually.
worlds
The
and just
animation
run around in
enough,
them,
you know? It's
and then you could
snappy enough,
craft.
But moreover, it's reliable. This thing is responsive.
Hack and Power
always
Juju Week.
works
It's a
when I'm
long
trying to
video
get to.
game.
Well,
I
that's
mean, we
basically
saw
what
that
got
there's
for
3 different
controls. Well, we
games,
now
so I
follow
could do the
Flora
3
on
different
down
games.
the
We could do
burial grounds
the
and retrieve that
multiplayer
stick
on
thing
Metro
that
Nova
allowed
Night.
us to get. Oh, level design's actually pretty good down
And then,
here. There's this distinct visual clarity.
we could
with
watch
way
the
collectibles
anime,
are placed. It's
the
really
Attack
easy
and the
to get
Power
a
of
good
Juju
lead on where to
anime.
go just by turning the camera. Grab all those
That was on
shining teeth,
Nickelodeon.
slam 'em in that statue, and that mummy
On
tube
the
opens
last
up.
day,
The
and that's a
staff
whole
is
week of
ours for the
content right
taking.
there.
Only the great warrior can
We could
have
do
the
it.
staff.
It's not
You can
over.
take the
It's
staff
not over
from me.
anymore. We found content.
You are meant to have it.
Oh no.
Whoa is right, dude, because we just unlocked a
Shit,
pretty
type
wicked
shit.
sick move. Okay, so from now on, you can use the R button to swap between your 2 weapons. We have the club,
Whoa, the
and
pogo.
now we also have the staff. You can use this. And
This
that's
game
not
does
to
look
say
kind of
every
fire, I can't lie. Wait, it doesn't. It does look bad. But it looks kind of type shit. It does look kind of bad. I want to see more
You
cozy
may
anime
understand on
RPGs.
instinct, though
Let's turn them
allow me
on
to explain
screen.
nonetheless undeterred. For Child Hazel, and this is true of Adult Hazel as well, the most strenuous of tasks were the conversational flowcharts. And of course,
Say
these
something
will be
cringe
the
or say something
conduit
not
of
cringe.
these
I
mind
always pick
melting
the not
interactions
cringe.
with the handheld RPG. I mean, you can't always just save and quit. What if
Because
you're not near a
usually
save
there's
point, or God
consequences
forbid,
to your
in the middle of a
actions,
battle?
and there's
Think
always
of
like an
the battle
obvious
life.
this one's
How
bad,
am I
this one's
supposed to enjoy
good.
my restaurant burrito when I have a clock ticking away in the
I
back
hate
of my head
Persona for that
until
exact
little
reason.
green light turns red?
The illusion of
This was
choice. Like if
largely
they're
resolved with the
if they
introduction of
weren't
the DS's
separate,
universal sleep
I would
mode,
pick the
but
cringe one
nothing
more.
resolved the existential dread
I never
raised
like
by a
dialogue
family
choices
member
in
or
games
relative
because I
like
feel like
having, I didn't even
there
want to
usually
go
is a
to,
consequence.
asking, so what
Like
level are you on?
to whatever you say, and then I don't want to pick the
explain
funny
to a grown
ones
adult that hasn't played a
because
video
they're
game
like
since,
bad.
like Galaga, that most video games don't really have levels anymore. Do I just
Bring
say
back
there
levels.
aren't really levels? What if he inquires further? What level is my strongest Pokemon? Would that work? Could I measure it by how many gym badges I have? That'd make me on, what, level 6? Paltry. Of course, at a certain point, I learned I could just, you know, lie. Yep, level 24, Dave. These are thoughts and feelings that cross my mind when a game ticks enough boxes on an invisible checklist theoretically titled, well, a handheld RPG checklist. The facets that make up the platonic ideal handheld RPG
seems
in
combat
my
was
mind
cool.
are somewhat ill-defined, I'll admit. I know
Me
they're
when
often
I
made up of
never have watched
interlocking
Golden Sun
bite-sized
before.
chunks that always tend to be just a bit too meaty for whatever meager play sessions I can afford at the time. That usually
I forgot
also
like the
entails a
Mario
good bit of
sports games on
mindlessly
GBA were
satisfying
just
side content to
RPGs.
plunk away at.
Where you play as an
One
anime
certain
character
structure
and
that sticks
Mario's
out
just
to me
hanging
the
out.
most vividly is that particular style of breaking from the tradition of your average Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy sprite size in favor of taller, chunkier sprites despite the lower screen real estate. Big guys and small
And they were
faces.
I heard
Same
they were
goes for the
good.
fonts, actually. A pretty solid example here is actually Naruto Path of the Ninja for the
Whoa.
DS. Look, I know how this is going to sound, but I was actually too much of an idiot for non-Pokemon RPGs up to this point, so
That's a good
this
meme
was
right
the
there.
first proper JRPG I ever beat. Yeah, this game is far from amazing, but that's what makes it a good pick.
This
It's
game
about
looks
as
cute.
average as it gets. It is quintessentially dinky. The most rudimentary touchscreen minigame-centric combat that still manages
Whoa.
to have
Oh,
a
I thought
hint
you were
of
gonna
depth
actually
with
like draw the
team and enemy
signs.
formations, all the voice clips ripped straight from the anime dub, the most generic score. You know exactly what you're gonna get within 10 minutes, and by God, you get it. Yeah, if you couldn't guess, this is
This
a
looks
port of a
awesome.
GBA game, then they clearly had some love put into
This looks
DS-ifying
awesome.
it, but that's a scent you can't just wash off. I don't know, man. How much is there to say? It's an adaptation of Naruto that covers from the
Aw, he
formation
got
of Team 7
fucking-
through the end of the Chunin
he got limit
exams.
break right
It's basic
there.
shit, but basic can be nice. I don't mean to start off on a weird foot here. By anime RPGs, I don't solely mean RPGs
3
based
by
on
3
pre-existing
eyes.
anime. There are plenty of great titles.
Goku.
Special shouts out go to Tenchi Muyo Gamehen because my feature-length Tenchi video was stricken down by a bunk age restriction, and it has not and probably will not recover, and I'm
How do they
absolutely
read so
still sad
fast?
about it. But Nerodi over here is the only one we'll be covering with any sort of depth. Now, I'm a lot more interested in seeing what can be
This one looks
uncovered
cute.
here. This is just as much an archaeological dig as it is anything else, which is why it felt like the perfect opportunity to re-examine a pocket of RPGs that persistently eluded me in my youth. See, there was a whole subsection
Yo,
of the
rhythm
DS's
game.
library
Imagine
that started
girl
to pop up
band.
as the
Oh
console
yeah,
was marketed to
these.
wider and wider audiences. Yeah, they started making a shit ton of games aimed at girls. In all genres. This wasn't
was
the
scary.
Game Boy anymore. Style
The
savvy
Game
with
Girl?
the penisy Vocaloid soundtrack, all 3 Tokimemo Girl Side games, Super Princess Peach's Hysteria Simulator, and a hearty bounty of JRPGs. All
Oh,
of
the-
which
wait, the
seemed
Girl
weird and
Side
cute in their
games
own
made
ways.
it?
The Trackball Wizard of
I
Oz
watched that
game
like
by the
2-hour
Wild Arms
video from
Studio,
the guy.
and
No, it was
I
like
Am
4
America's
hours.
Rhapsody, which I know is a PS1
We talked about
port.
playing like the
Atelier
first
Annie,
Tokimeki
which I know is
Memorial.
part of a larger
That was
franchise,
my
and
first
Witch's
time learning
Tale.
about that
There's
game.
also Witch's Wish, which I wish I could have played, but I was getting emulation issues across multiple emulators and operating
This game was
systems.
cute.
Bummer too, because this game was apparently co-developed by Ukes and Tamsoft. Like, what the fuck? Ukes made a bunch of wrestling games and the greatest game of all time, The Dog Island. Meanwhile, Tamsoft are the stung
I watched
masters
Game
that have
Grumps
brought
play
us
that game.
everything from Night and Baby and a whole fuck ton of Simple Series games, all
Hello
the way
Kitty
to
Bowling.
Onei and goddamn Senran Kagura. Of course, I'm not oblivious enough to think that a game featuring a female protagonist automatically means it's aiming specifically for a female audience, but the Western market, combined with how stripped back some of them get, gives off the impression that they were meant to cast a wider net. The femoids, the Beyoncés of the world, can finally experience all the joys of an RPG with fewer numbers.
She's
And
just
what better
gaming, dude.
introduction
She's
to the
just like
world of
me.
RPGs than My World, My
You mean
Way.
arguably the
A game
best
that
Game
smartly
Grumps
eschews the
one-off?
vast
Yeah,
majority
that is
of
what I
RPG
mean.
conventions, instead replacing them with a
Yeah, that big old green
streamlined yet
bug.
truly bizarre series of systems with some interplay between them.
You are a young
am
lady
a
of
young lady of
15.
15 from a royal family living in the noble capital. I am fun, cute, rich, and self-absorbed. What baffles me is that the
Oh,
majority
immersive.
of what this game streamlined was the environments. Gone are proper towns to hang out in and fields to wander. In their place are a series of menus and these weird area tiles.
This looks so
Oh,
shit.
God, why does she look like Roadkill Betty Spaghetti? Thank God for LNDS's native resolution upscaling. Let's just, oh. Bummer there's no translation of the PSP version, huh? There are still traditional maze-like dungeons, but doesn't this seem a little bit backwards? Shouldn't the safe places be the more robust ones, with dungeons being simplified? Plus, I think
graph paper style, tile-based
dungeons were kind of gauche at this point outside of
Good
hardcore
edit, good
dungeon
edit.
crawlers like Etrian Odyssey and the Shin Megami Tensei games. My World, My Way's Japanese title translates to The World Revolves Around Me, but it was switched around to avoid confusion
Ooh, I
with
like
The
that.
World Ends With You, which
Oh.
really tickles me for some reason.
Smart.
I love the title they chose. It
Smart.
helps it stand out. This
My
game
world,
revolves
my
around a
way.
dedicated pout button that pulls from a limited number of points. Yes, pout points.
Pout
to affect
points.
things in and outside of
I
battle.
hate this
Throughout
area.
first
The
turn,
monsters
pout. Need to magically
stink.
terraform the environment. Pout. You're a
I
princess
hate
after
being
all.
poor.
It's
What
your
I want-
world, your way.
That's
I love the
fire.
idea of
I want
this
pout
system. It's
points.
very cleverly implemented narratively, but there isn't exactly a recipe for this kind of game. It's abundantly clear they were just kind of going off the cuff here. I gotta say, I'm impressed by the gumption with which this thing is unconventional and conventional in equal parts, and equal parts unappealingly so. Like, fuck yeah, y'all really went for something, and not really any of it fully worked, and that's fine. This game was made by Global A Entertainment,
This looks
now
good.
known as Gay, who seem
I'm
like
so
true
back.
purveyors of mysterious-ass video games.
I'm so back as
They
soon
made
as
the
I
Dungeon
learned
Maker
about the
series, but
depths
their
of
back
pout
catalog
points.
goes fucking hard. They made Innocent Tears, one of about 8 original Xbox JRPGs. I can't get over how unbelievably hard this box art goes, serving up the gothic anime angel realness. They put out 2 versions of an Alice in Wonderland game that, despite being virtually identical by the looks of it, come off as radically different because the discrepancy in the in-game character art is so vast. Look at the fucking art for this sound novel they put out. This is smoke. Look at this box art.
This is
How is
smoke.
this real? Okay.
When was
last
this
one.
video
Keep
uploaded?
this art, and oh man,
3 years
I've
ago?
got to know what's up
Mhm.
with this studio. If I understand correctly, it looks like Global A is a mobile studio now, working behind the scenes for TalkWeb and HRG Shanghai. It's disappointing to hear, and I can't help but wonder what kinds of bizarro games they could have been putting out over the last decade. Of all the Nintendo DS girl RPGs, though, there's one
Girl
that stood out above the
RPGs.
rest in my mind. Izuna, Legend of the Unemployed Ninja.
Yo.
In part because they were definitely shooting for the teenage
Me if I
boy
was a
demographic.
ninja.
Fair play, but also because circa the late 2000s, ads for the damn thing were all over Nintendo Power. That's kind of Christmassy in itself, huh? I treated those magazines like Sears catalogs, typing up a list of games I wanted in Microsoft Word just so I could keep track. Man, I should really make that Game Magazine's video.
Aw.
So, yeah, I was always aware of this thing, always curious about it, but I never bought
Snake
it
hole.
because, well, it's got a booby ninja on the front. That's a risk I just couldn't take at age 12. Well, this is tame, actually. The sequel's a bit more risque, but not by much. I guess
The
it was more about the
Unemployed
marketing
Ninja
than anything.
returns
Finally, a
to...
dungeon RPG strong enough for a man, but played as a hot chick.
That's great. What's so funny to me about this is that in retrospect, Izuna, the character, is pretty homely. Like, as far as ninja lady character designs go, she's no Mai Shiranui. If anything, this blurb written from Izuna's perspective is much more spot on.
You have the privilege of controlling the cutest ninja ever, Izuna, that's me, through all these different dungeons. Customize my weapons and unleash devastating ninja spells to destroy monsters and score major treasure. Let's face it, I need the cash.
Wait, the Izuna online comic is coming to Atlas.com.
Atlas.com. The Unemployed
Okay, I've
Ninja
got to
got
see if that's still up.
employed, and then...
Of course, the whole thing's in Flash.
Then they
Bummer.
stopped streaming.
Well, I'm an adult now. I buy my own video games.
That was a
I can
good
look
gif.
at all the degenerate filth I want. I can also
Nice
tell you
boat.
stone-facedly that I liked Pokemon Mystery Dungeon about as much as a child as I like anime women as an adult. For those keeping score,
Oh,
that means
yeah.
that I like this game a dangerous amount. I'll admit that I'm not very familiar with Mystery Dungeon games outside of the Pokemon entries, so I can't say if this is more or less in line with the core Chunsoft-developed titles. What I can tell you is how this game plays. In terms of inputs, this game is exactly par for the course. Enemies move only when you do, the whole thing is grid-based, you heal automatically while walking, descend down randomly generated floors through stairs, can throw anything that isn't nailed to the floor, the works. Where it differs is in how items are implemented. Izuna has 4 different consumable ninja weapons in addition to her main attack. Some are ranged, some can be placed to trap
Yo,
or
it's
slow
Bomber
enemies.
Man.
You only have a single equip though, your weapon. This provides increases to all of your stats, as well as a specialized bonus based on the weapon's type. Your weapons can be augmented by spell tags you find. However, spell tags can also be used as consumables that have similar but one-off effects. I'll explain how augmenting weapons works here because it's pretty unintuitive. It's really easy to make your weapons way shittier if you don't know what you're doing, which of course I didn't know what I was doing for the first handful of hours. Spell tags have numbers listed next to them, and while I thought initially that this had something to do with how potent they are, I eventually realized that's their SP cost. Weapons can only handle so much SP before they degrade, causing them to break quickly. The damage you do gets reduced, bad time all around.
We're about to end stream soon. we're in the slop era of the stream. Hi B.
Tags with lower SP costs and weapons with higher
Hi
total
B.
SP
Beast
before
form.
too
I
long.
missed
What
it.
confuses
Good
me
morning.
even
Hi
now
Mars.
is that Izuna herself has an SP gauge.
I do
but
it.
I don't exactly
I like your
know
hat.
how
Thank
that pans
you.
out, but
Thank
it never
you.
ran especially
Hi.
low in my time playing.
Guess I'll
You know,
pausers. Well, I'll let it
Just
play.
like
Why
able
not?
to
We're
get
watching
things
YouTube.
barehanded too. That's because Izuna cranks
We're
up
literally
a
just sitting
really
here
low
watching
tile, and you
YouTube.
lose all your money
We're
on items
watching
when you die.
cozy
If
anime
you equip a particular
RPGs.
spell tag to your weapon,
This
it'll
is
head back to the
awesome.
storehouse, even if you
We're in the
die.
true slop
But
era of
frankly, I found it
content.
much more
We're really
beneficial
phoning
to
in
just
right now. It is
consume
enjoyable
tag to
though. The
bounce out
video's
there when
good.
you know you're about to take your last hit,
I
or when you
can't
start to sense that you're getting
believe this.
tough
How
and
often do
decide
you
it's
get hit by
time to
that
get
B?
going. Speaking of the storehouse, it doesn't open
Is
up
that
until
a
you get to the
common
first
one?
boss, and while
No
I
one really
normally
hits me with
say
like the
be careful to hold on to
luxurious.
anything you
Not
like,
too often.
You're really not going to find anything worth keeping until after that
Even my
point, which is perfect
professor
because
hit
it
me
gives
with
you
that
room
one.
to
Ooh.
experiment and just kind of fuck about.
See,
until
that's
you
why I
get the hang
try
of things.
not.
Nothing's really sacred. You'll naturally find replacements
I
by
try
thoroughly
not.
exploring each
I know
floor
everyone else
before
already hit you
descending.
with it.
If anything,
I keep it
coming back up to
real.
the
I
surface
keep it
with your
fresh.
pockets completely stuffed
I
is
hit
the
you with like
highest
the
tactical
Zell.
advantage, because some of these
The
items
Zell
sell
puns.
for crazy money.
Bezel.
I don't want to oversell Izuna or anything. It
Bezel.
certainly didn't set my world
I don't know
on
what this is,
fire.
but it
When I
looks
said that the
cute.
top
That is what
line
we're
is
here
a
for.
dangerous amount, I meant
It's
that
just like
it's
Mystery
not
Dungeon. It is
loop,
just like
and
Mystery
I may
Dungeon.
not look it, but I'm a fucking sucker for loops. I had to swear off
Yo.
roguelikes a long time ago. They were a nightmare of a time sink. As a result, a big winner for me is always going to be
That's
a title
me.
that balances a satisfying loop, either mechanically or kinetically, as well
This
as
your
a
last stream before
compelling or
grad?
fun
It is.
story. Izuna is a hit on
It
both
is.
fronts,
We're just
although
sitting
its
here.
story lands
I can't
exquisitely on the fun side,
believe
and it's
this.
pretty bare
Nice.
bones. You and your found family clan of ninja
Nice.
friends wind up indebted to a small town after angering their gods, and you gotta solve shit to lift a curse put on
You're
you.
getting a little
Oh, it's cheeky and
overzealous
just
there. Ha
around.
ha
The
ha
characters are
ha.
all over the top. It's cute. Alright,
Haha.
last TS game. I swear I didn't even mean to cram all the titles for this console into one spot. It just worked out that way. Summon Night Twin Age was one of those games I
didn't realize these were- this art style's cute.
that wound up having a disproportionately big impact on me. Though the Summon Night series is predominantly made up of tactical RPGs, Twin Age is a touch-centric action-y RTS title that, and I mean this in the nicest way possible,
Zealous
is
I get a
about
lot.
as mechanically mindless as
Yeah,
those
sorry.
come, not in that you're
We had
just
to cover our
tapping an enemy
bases.
waiting for it to die. Rather, you spend a lot of time just sort of going through the
This art
motions,
style's
beat up
cute.
some jobbers, break a bunch of boxes, heal your guys,
It looks
fight
boring.
bosses, talk with
I'm
the
keeping it
homies,
real.
rinse
It does
and
look
repeat.
cute,
It's
though.
fairly easy breezy, a perfect match for its rounded, memory foamly beachside environments.
What
I'm
the
also just a
Zell?
huge
I like that
fan
one.
of Tsunaho Tobei's character design work. It's
Yeah,
hard
these
to put in
characters are
words the
cute.
exact appeal of her style, other than that it feels nostalgic, familiar even with no prior contact. Her official website has
You can't
really
have that one. I
extensive
gave it to
archives of a lot of her
Stell.
illustration
What the
work.
Stell?
I recommend scoping it out. I gotta check out Reveal Fantasia. This shit looks
Cute.
amazing. Pause. Okay, word from Future Hazel. I actually did play Reveal Fantasia. Couldn't figure out how to progress far enough to get into whatever sort of combat or main gameplay hook this game may or may not operate around, but I don't even give a shit because holy shit,
No
just look at this
combat.
thing.
That's fire.
There's simultaneously something very
How'd you even put 2D
PS2 and
things on your
very
Vroid
un-PS2
model?
about the
VC
whole
face
thing.
is
The way
powerful.
it moves, how
If I
soft
rotate
and
far
round
enough,
the models are,
yeah.
how everything
You see the
freezes
issue?
when you go into first person makes it almost feel
A little
like
bit of a
Unity
peek
game.
behind the curtain for
Meanwhile,
you.
I adore the use of bitmap
A little bit.
faces
I'm a
here, like how
Warudo
Nine
user.
Legends
I've never
does it.
touched
That's a
it.
very distinctly PS1 choice in
That's
my
like
mind, and I
that's
wish
like
more
for the
PS2
elite
games had done that and made
gamers. I'm a
themselves massive.
scrub.
For some reason, the menus tanked
I
the
downloaded
emulation speed
Warudo
from
because it was
about
like you can have
100%
throwables and you
to,
can have like chat
40.
redeems and you
So
can
even if I
have
could figure out
like
what I
3D
was
spaces with
doing, it
lighting and
wouldn't be practical
shaders.
for a
And
whole
I was like,
playthrough or
VC
anything, but
face is plug
man,
and play, and
Jesus
that's pretty
Christ,
cool.
I gotta have have more of this
That's a
thing.
big-ass
It's got one of
dog.
those
Oh
towns
my
I just
God.
want to live inside of, as is.
So I didn't touch
Check
it.
out this cow.
You're not
I
a
would
scrub.
love
You
to
literally
see
have a
this
hat
video
and sunglasses
translated.
and a top
Allow
the
me to
hill.
make my intentions
I
clear, though.
guess.
So this
I guess
game
you raised a
acts as
solid
no
argument.
more than a pivot point
We could have
within
had
the video's grand
throwables. I told you I already
tapestry. See, the
tried
Summon Night
before and it
franchise
failed,
has had a
remember?
weird history in the West.
I was
We didn't
trying
get
that one
any of
app
the
that
numbered
said
games
balls.
up until the 5th entry.
I don't remember what
which
it was
released in
called. It was gonna
goddamn
have like
2015
intros, so
on
whenever
the-
you like when
Wait,
Blue
on the
first talked, it'd
PSP?
play like I'm
They were still
Blue.
releasing new PSP
And then
games
Post
in
would show up and it'd be
2015
like
physically?
I'm a bitch,
Well,
I'm
before
a
whatever
bitch.
went
You know,
on
like
there
they'd play
transpired,
those.
we
Speak of
got a
Post.
whopping 3 of the spin-offs. The
I've
aforementioned
been
Twin
throwing
Age,
shit at my
before
mom.
that, we got
Yeah,
Swordcraft
sorry.
Story
Sorry I
1
didn't warn
and
you that they're
2.
not showing
I
up
had
on
the first of
stream.
these two, and it was one of my favorite things I
Trouble's
played for
kind of
this
annoying to
video.
set
It's
up.
one of those
Yeah,
scrappy
I already
little
tried
RPGs
and
that packs a
failed.
whole lot into a modest package. Side-scrolling
I
fighting
think
game
it's, I don't know, it's probably way
combat, a
easier on
tournament
Twitch, huh?
format, some dating sim
Is
elements,
it's
and
built into
unsurprisingly, a
Twitch's
weapon
like
crafting system. It sounds sort of overwhelming, but rather than
system is the word I'll use.
An inch of your life in the first 2 hours, it
And
drifts
YouTube, we have to play these little mini games where you make it like a chat
how
bot.
they intersect. Despite feeling pretty
Ugh.
jam-packed, it's still paced like a
I
handheld
only got myself to set up
with
one
individual tasks that give way to
throwable.
plot developments or new mechanics
Coets,
game
he's
about
in
as long
this
as you
chat.
want it to
He's a
be.
mod.
You're always orbiting home
He
base,
set up
the
a bunch
dorm
of
that your
things like that for
apprenticeship
his
to, so you're never too
stream.
far from
He
a
had a
safe
throwable
point.
where he just
In
dropped
fact,
the
the
moon on
game's
himself.
presentation
I
as a
like
whole
that
is
one.
dead on GBA,
I like this
with
game's
the rusty
combat.
power of your
I just
little
looked at the
town
screen.
home being made almost
That
pastel
was
by the
cute.
screen brightness compensation treatment, the punchy as fuck music, and the screen-filling character
Punchy as
portraits and
fuck
text
music.
boxes. Swordcraft Stories.
Is he
Story
rude,
told over the
despicable
course of a
me?
handful
Shit, he
of
could be.
subsequent in-game days. There's no real-time clock or
could
anything.
be.
Rather, it's quite literally a morning, noon, night kind of deal. You wake up, check in with your mentor, do some crafting and exploring for as long as you want
I
until
feel
it's
like
time
Drew's
to check in with the
cooler.
tournament.
Don't tell
Sometimes
Coats I
something
said
will
that.
interrupt or complicate one of these tasks. Going to rescue a kid in a well, needing to run an errand in a cute-as-hell snowy town nearby.
I feel like
After
Drew has more
everything's wrapped for the
aura.
day, you're given the chance to spend some time with one of the few principal characters.
Just my
This is
personal
where the
opinion.
dating sim elements come into play, and it's also where things get fucking weird. So, first things first, the writing in this game is top-notch for what it's going for. Looks like the Summon Night spin-offs were some of the only games Akira Yamamoto ever wrote, but it's very distinctive. Some of
I
it
like
may
the
just be
go forward
localization, but
button.
it's
I'm
well
covering
punched
it.
up
You
all
can't
around.
see it. It's behind
There's
my
a
big
conversation
ass
early on where
body.
you're talking to your mom, and when
It's
she
like
rhetorically asks you if
it's
you
like a
remember her
hammer,
name,
like
the
you're using
text
a
box
hammer on a
displays
forge,
question marks where her name
but
needs
it's
to
a
be.
hammer just on the
Incorporating
button.
UI into its humor
Like
that is
the
super
button that
clever.
you're supposed to
In
press A
particular,
to
I really liked the
continue.
relationship between the player
So they're
character
forging
and
the
their mentor,
button.
Braun. It has
Damn,
this
Tim,
very
I have
playful
a
yet
sip.
mutually
That looks
respectful
good.
quality.
It's
The
a
two tease one
it's a
another, clearly
PNG.
value the roles they play in each
There's
other's
no
lives.
liquid in this
The
thing.
player
This is
character also has
downloaded
a
off
fun
the
rapport with
internet.
their fellow participants who all have
I
big
can't sip from it either,
personalities.
so
Watching
I'm
them try
afraid
to
I
match
can't
these
share some.
eccentricities in and out of battle is
I
one of the
gotta
highlights for
it's your
sure.
hat,
I
not
say
my
that
hat,
when referring to
not
the
my
protagonist
drinkable
because
hat.
You might have noticed you can pick between
You
a
can
boy or a
pick
girl at
your
the start.
character.
Yeah, that's not super common for games that are on the story-heavy side. So your next
Are
question
they like
might be,
siblings?
how
Are they?
different are their
Yeah, how
stories?
different are the
If there are
stories?
light romance options, it's like double the work to have a whole different set of romanceables for the girl protagonist.
Sorry, I'm late today. It was a bit
Harvest
tough. No
Moon has
worries,
split the
boss
gender
man.
option into 2 different games most of the
No
time.
worries
In
at
those titles,
all.
the majority
Yes,
of courtship
cute.
boils down to giving your future spouse a loaf of bread every day until they agree to marry you. Well, the
Yes,
answer is
cute.
the
I've never
male
seen
and
that.
female stories do not seem to be different at all.
At
Well,
all.
not where it counts. Yeah, the girl protagonist's route is like shockingly, exceptionally gay, and they got away with it. What the fuck's going on? I'll be upfront and say I didn't play through the entirety of this game, nor did I play through any of the male protagonist's story to see where things differed. I'm going off context clues and a few things I read online, but I think I've cracked the code here. At first, I assumed there was some translation weirdness going on. Lines like, I never judged by his or her appearance, some spots where NPCs call you man, and this bit where my character explained I declined / I accepted when talking about a choice we, the player, made shortly beforehand, led me to think that there was maybe originally more dialogue for the
I just
girl
realized
protagonist
there's
that was left
monkey
out
ball
to
music
lessen
in the background right
translation
now.
load. Keywork Studios, then known as Enzyme
Peak
Testing
editing.
Labs, were fairly new to the games market at the time, and this is a
No
particularly
weighing.
text-heavy title. But then I thought about it some more. Japanese is a much less
Flavor is
gendered
my
language than
hat.
English,
It's,
so it's more likely that a lot of the phrasing of the dialogue
apple.
wasn't altered for
Green
the male
apple.
or female protagonist in the English version because it never had to be if-then in the Japanese version. If anything, it's more
Yuri.
likely the if-then statements
So
for
big.
dialogue were all located in the protagonist's own dialogue for their first-person pronouns, which is why the majority of the gendered dialogue surrounding the protagonist comes from their own mouths. This led me to believe that the romance options always played
Like
out like
the
this.
Jolly,
for both
just like the Jolly
protagonists.
Rancher.
It's a game made for an adolescent boy
It tastes like
demographic,
the
and the
pink
female protagonist
Starburst.
option was probably an afterthought, or at least never the priority the male and thus default choice was. I'm aware that the
I
core
saw that
Summon Night
subtitle at the
games
top of the
historically
screen.
featured the choice between a male and female protagonist, with some even having hetero romance options for the girl tagonist. The first in the series having
Girl-tagonist.
4 potential playable characters, I believe, but this is a side game and definitely didn't have the same priority as the main games from a development standpoint. However, I also heard that there's a male romance option for the male
Good
protagonist in the
footage.
second Swordcraft story game, no matter the tangled web of reasons. The end result in the first game is a fat dub for
Girl
the
tagonist has
lesbos.
same
Love
energy
wins,
as
girls.
Shiro. I haven't heard of
I'll allow
either
you
of
to
those
spell it out,
terms.
though, and I don't mean to
They're
burst
both fire
anyone's
though. I'm
bubbles
gonna
here.
start adding
It
those
would
to
be
my
naive to go
my
into this with the
lexicon.
standards for something that had any
Unregistered
real
hypercam
intentions
too.
with
There's
its
an art
inclusion of
to
romance between
unregistered
women. Again,
hypercam.
it's a game aimed at adolescent boys. Set your expectations accordingly. That's not me tut-tutting at all, though. In fact, I honestly
Tut-tut.
kind of love it this way. It makes for something really unique, too. It's got all the tropages you're used to seeing play out in a hetero context, but that almost never translate for gay bitches. The closest we get is anime and games where a girl will grab a boob, but with some pandering nod to the audience to let you know she doesn't really mean it or anything. Seeing such hetero interactions between two girls treated as totally ordinary sans asterisks is kind of uncanny and really fucking refreshing. Even my beloved butt attack Punisher girl Gotemon isn't quite so brazen in this regard, and the girl catches a sword between her ass cheeks in that anime. Oh fuck, I just remembered.
Oh, it's
This is
fire.
an RPG.
Cross your eyes,
The
and we'll go
combat's fun
back
as
and
fuck,
watch that
but the game's
scene.
hard.
You can
I
unblur
saw
it.
game overs to every major encounter a few times each before securing a victory. It all but requires some grinding as a result, but I liked grinding, in part because it felt like practice. The gameplay looks like it takes most of its pages from the early Tales games, and it for sure does take some, but you take an even more active role here. Every weapon type has a differentiated playstyle that you'll come to favor for certain situations, and each has a button combo
That's
or
so
two that'll give
cute.
you an additional attack of some sort. Combine this with spells, weapon durability, blocking and dodging effectively, there's a lot going on. The one downside is that as a result, I never got fully comfortable with how cramped the control scheme is. This is a game that really could have used an X and Y button, probably even a second set of shoulder buttons, but I don't think it puts too much of a damper on things. I'll be honest, this is an important detail for this video as a whole. I'm fairly grinding agnostic. None of these games ever made me feel obligated to grind exactly, but sometimes a grind sesh just kind of feels right. I'm explicitly a fan of fast forwards and save states for RPGs especially also, and I don't really care if that makes me a chump. I'm here to have fun, and I'm not interested in spending just to have a theoretically pure experience.
True.
You do you, but talking about emulation is one of
True.
those things
The
that's
GIF.
about as noxious to me as, well, just about every other pseudo-philosophical
I like this
discussion
editing.
around the very
Editing's fire.
concept of video games. Should Dark Souls have an easy mode? Is Metroidvania a bad term? Can video games be art?
I don't remember this
When
scene.
is
What was that?
emulation ethical? Should games cost more money?
I knew that was
Do
Danganronpa
younger
3. I did
viewers
not
have
recognize that
engaged, or do
scene.
their eyes just adjust? Do graphics matter? When did Weezer get bad? It's not like I'm dismissive of any of these ideas. I just don't know
This is a
why
good
we're all
content
still having
creator.
these conversations when it feels so cut and dry to folks who even have the most disparate of feelings on the subject. And I do mean
I like what we're
feelings. It's all
watching.
just
I've seen that
fucking
picture.
boring and exhausting
Hold
to
on.
talk about disparate of feelings on the subject. And I do mean feelings. It's all
What'd that say? Underrated part of this pitch. Who fucking took this photo? Was it his mom? His sister? Definitely a family member.
It's all just fucking
True,
boring and
that's what I'm
exhausting to
saying.
talk about because every single time the conversation circulates online, it plays out the exact same way.
I like
emulated
watching
every
other
single
people's
game you see
content. This
here.
is
That's all I
exciting.
have to say.
Oh, let's go! The Who album?
GBA
I'm glad you liked the
RPGs, a
bit where I was
whole
gonna
world
change your
unto
colors to
themselves.
be
I was bummed I
the
didn't have the
Weezer
time to get
blue
into
and
proper.
then the
Going
rest of the
fun might be
colors from
single
the Who
most
album.
glaring omission of this entire video.
I thought I could
However,
with that
if I'm
one.
honest, that's a bit of an obvious choice, right? If I was going for all-timers only, I would have talked about Tactics Advanced or the trilogy of Fire Emblem games. for the
Weezer could
console.
make the
I
worst
know I
song
had to
ever,
shoot for
but it
something
wouldn't
that
suck
felt
because
like a
they're
classic,
Weezer.
but
Could
didn't
have.
quite get the chance to be regarded as a classic. Oh my god. Yeah, so the Japan-only Magical Vacation
Could've.
is the prettiest game I've ever
Yeah,
seen
this
in
game
my
looks
damn life.
adorable.
How the fuck was this from 2001? This shit looks like a console swan song, but it popped out of the oven less than a full term after the GBA dropped. How the fuck was this Brownie Brown's first game?
Brownie
Okay,
Brown.
well, that one's a bit more obvious. Both its founders originally worked on the Mana games, which are similarly the cream of their crops. This game is so gorgeous that the first time I saw a GIF of it, I assumed I was looking at a piece of modern-day pixel art, and that's kind of what this game feels like as a whole. The most idealistic of retro throwback indie games. It's got the modern sensibilities of putting a greater emphasis on character-driven story. As to be expected for a GBA game, its soundtrack sits somewhere between the 8 and 16-bit generations. There's a lot of Chrono Trigger DNA here too.
Brownies are one of those things I didn't like when I was younger, but it has like slightly grown on
You're
me.
dropped into the world in media res with a cast
I'm
of
slightly a
magic school
brownie
kids who all
believer
have
now.
long-standing friendships and feelings about one another.
If it's
shipped
like a
off to beach
brownie
with your
cookie
teacher to explore
mitts,
and chat everyone
that's
up,
my
and
safe
the
entry.
tone is just pitch
That's how I
perfect
wean
every
in.
step of the way. It takes an incredibly careful tightrope act to nail this balance of familiarity
What's
and
that
mystery.
creature?
Like, you really get the feeling you know these characters already, just as much as you feel like an
Late
outsider in their
Storm.
ranks.
Welcome
Which
in
is funny
again.
because my name more or less fit into the
PNG.
cast's naming scheme just by pure happenstance. Pistachio, Arancia, cider,
brookie.
olive, hazel. I'll be straight up. As soon as there was combat,
Brownie with vanilla ice cream. That is a, you know what, you're right.
That
is like a common and really good combo.
Small, quiet, interpersonal
When it's like a
darling
hot
little
ass
thing.
brownie
This is someone's game, though.
and the
I have
cold ass
no
ice
idea
cream,
how
that's some
it
good
took me
stuff.
so long to learn about it. I played Magical Star Sign back in the day.
I don't know. I don't think it's fire. I feel weird saying it.
Down, so it was marked
I
down
don't
with
feel
ridiculous
comfortable
amount.
saying it. Journal on screen.
Nothing else there I wanted. Yeah, that game didn't sell very well, did it? No wonder this one's even more obscure. It kind of seemed like
kinda sounds like a slur, that's why I don't feel comfortable saying it.
One-up and started co-developing for first-party.
What the hell is that art on the top right? Did you see that? The art that's been used to like source each
It
game.
seemed like Brownie Brown was fighting an uphill battle until they rebranded as One-Up and
What's going
started
on up there?
co-developing for first-party Nintendo games. They didn't have it loved Alec bad or anything, but there wasn't nearly as much a market for the kinds of delicate, low-key games they were making as there is
Yo, a
today.
drawing game.
This was the studio Level 5 subcontracted to
I need to
make
play a
Lemon
late in
Life
game
Rain
woman
Part 4
jump
after
scare.
all. Listen, I'm not trying to rustle anybody's feathers here, but this is fucking dire. Brownie Brown was making weirdo, experimental, thoughtful RPGs, adventure games, and life sims with an almost ambient quality to them, and then they just got chewed up and spat out into a Nintendo workhorse. I hope the staff has
The
found
game is
stable
fire,
employment
though.
under this new business structure, and they're doing phenomenal work for the company, but I can't help but wonder what kind of games they could have been putting out over the last 2 decades. Well, as it turns out, I actually
Damn,
don't
the
have to
JRPG
ask,
love
because totally
dipped into the
unbeknownst to me,
platformer
Named Big
slander.
Dogs jumped
Very
ship at some
tragic.
point and formed a new
You hate to
studio,
see it.
BGM Games, that recently changed their name to Brownies Inc. I can't speak to the quality of the
Brownies
games
Inc.
they put out, but their mobile title, Egglia, The Legend of Redcap,
A
looks
bad
to have
name.
just had an enhanced Switch port announced for the Japanese market. Hopefully we'll see a translation over here, since some of the mobile version made it over here. Either way, that's exciting. Unsung devs with cult pedigrees splintering off to start their own studios has, as I'm sure you know, been a mixed bag. But hey, it's still worth keeping an eye out for these things when they happen. But you know, for as beautiful as Magical Vacation is, flair isn't everything. For example, Emerald Dragon, by all accounts,
I just remember
looks
this
about
this
as
video is 2 hours long. We're like a quarter of the way done.
Admittedly, it's pretty
We won't
average,
watch too
but
much
it's
more.
cute. Much more character-driven than games of its ilk.
It has been
centering on
good
the
though.
relationship
Good video
between
though.
the protagonist,
Good
Atrushan
content.
the
Good
dragon,
movie.
and the human orphan girl Tamrin, raised by Atrushan's dragon tribe. This, of course, in turn,
Watch at
means
2
that
times
what drives
speed.
the
I'm
plot
already at
forward is your standard
1.25.
evil force threatening the world,
Hey,
5
hey,
relics
chat. Be
spread across
honest.
the
If you
land
showed
into
up
cover,
before
yada,
I
yada,
just
yada
revealed
fair.
that we're watching
But
at
it's a means to
1.25
an
speed,
end.
did you
Atrushan and Tamrin are
realize?
really cute, stoic, dutiful
Did you
boy and
realize?
blissful
Are you
outcast
gonna
girl
watch
is
all
always a fun
content at
dynamic.
1.25
And
speed
really,
now?
that's a big part of what makes this game feel so much like a season of an anime.
Have I converted you? Have I converted you?
Absolutely, but the characters would feel right at
You're like,
home
wow,
within
this
the
is how it
artistic
should be.
canon of dudes like Ryo Mizuno. Gotta love this washed-up adventurer dude's mutton chop to mustache pipeline. That right there is a character.
Pretty sure the
archetype
whole
unto
second half
itself.
is just Grandia because it became their favorite
Shit,
video
yeah,
game.
so
Hey, that
this
sounds
game is
fire
weirdly
in its own
disinterested
right.
in its own combat. Your team is controlled
There's an
automatically
introduction
except
here.
for Atrushan, and even then you attacked by just
There's a
kind of
big-
walking into
big
dudes.
gap here. I wanna
Because
watch
it's
whatever's going on
turn-based,
here.
It's not quite Humpy Bumpy style action like you'd see in Ease or Lagoon, but it's definitely taking a page from that book. Look, I'll be honest here. I forgot to make save states while
Beanball.
playing and wound up dying to some
I
basic
just saw
stage enemies because I
SMT5.
wasn't paying enough
Boo.
attention, and I just didn't have time to get back to that point. But I have played a good bit further on my Vita, so apologies for the brevity. Look, there's really only so many ways to say this game is brisk and cute and fun, and I like the characters.
I am really enjoying play by game.
And was ported to
Damn, the
basically
self-plug.
every home computer and console in Japan at the time.
Persona, more
The
like
computer
personal
lineage
tastes
makes
that
the
don't
combat
match
make a bit more
mine.
sense, huh?
True.
It's clear
True
this
though.
is a story Kimura really
I say that I
believes
did
in,
like
as these
Persona
pretty spiritual
5.
works for the game, as
I
well as
haven't played
spiritual
SMT.
successors fleshing out the story even
I
further.
liked
Well,
Persona
but
5
he's
with a
been
big
doing this shit as
asterisk.
recent as 2015 too.
And the
20
asterisk
years after
says
the game
use a
came out.
guide or
That's
watch a
dedication.
playthrough.
I think that in itself merits a
Because it's
game
just a
award for
movie.
anyone itching for a lesser-known
It's just a movie, and the
JRPG to
game
pick up some street
is
cred.
fun. But like, the combat's fun, I
So,
should say.
Shining Force
The rest
the
is a
first
movie
RPG
that you could watch
I
online.
ever played, which, having been born in the mid-1990s,
I get choice
makes that
paralysis.
kinda weird, right? Not to mention that it's far from an archetypical or foundational example of what RPGs are like.
I like Persona 4 a
Probably
lot. I
explains
started
at least
it,
a portion of what's
and
wrong with my weird
I think
little
we've
brain
had this
now.
conversation
I talked
before.
about it in my
I
Sonic
stopped at like
Adventure video, but it's
the
all
sauna
Sega Smash
where you get like
Mouth
the
2, baby.
I think you get
I was,
like the beat
4
you
or
up guy.
5 when I played it. I could barely
The
read
guy
it.
with
I
the
was
skull
dumb
shirt.
as bricks, and I don't know if I just didn't know
I think
how
that's
to
where I
save,
stopped.
or if the saving feature was
Before
busted
the
in my
animation
copy
is
of
gas. I thought the
Smash
animations
Pack, but
weren't good.
I have
Am I wrong?
probably played this
That
opening
word on
sequence
the street
50
was.
fucking times. Maybe about 3 of them I actually
I
completed.
get why it's
a
not for
battle.
everyone. I also
The way
do.
Simone looks up at you from that big book
I
when you
think
boot
the
up game
world and
is
characters are
tattooed
good.
into my brain. I have a suspicion I could
I love the
draw
animations in the
first
game. I forgot
screen
they
of
did that.
actual gameplay
P5
from
also did
memory.
that.
So, what's it like to return to as a fully grown woman for the first time in 20 years?
Hey there, youngster.
It's fucking great. As it turns out, this was a pretty perfect entry into the tactical role-playing genre. It's dead simple. No permadeath, no confusing weapon or terrain
permadeath.
typing systems, a relatively modest party size with clearly delineated roles. In addition, it
Ooh, I
carries
liked
more
that one
standard
just
turn-based
dancing.
conventions than you might expect.
Their idle
There
animation
are
was just
full-on
like
towns and an overworld,
going from
and the towns are
standing to
nicely
like their
fleshed out.
legs slightly to
NPCs
the
don't
left, so they
necessarily
were
have
just
enthralling
getting down
dialogue every
dirty.
turn, but there are a lot of hidden trinkets, and the cast of playable units are integrated therein quite naturally. You enter a village to speak to their king, and on the way you hear a few residents talk about this girl, Chris, who's gone
Chris with
missing.
the K
This is normal for
and
her.
an
She's got
H.
her eyes
That's a
set on
rare
becoming
one.
an adventurer after
Rare
all,
Chris
and then,
just
boom,
dropped.
a bit later, she appears to help you out of a pickle and joins your party. Nothing revolutionary, but I certainly wasn't expecting much in the way of continuity while playing. It makes the whole thing feel like your own personal adventure rather than a war you're waging from behind the scenes. What also contributes to this is how the maps you're battling on are all environments you can explore normally otherwise, either on the world map or in towns you're defending. It makes me wonder how they designed these areas, whether it was primarily with a level designer's eye or with a sense of
7 ways
place
to
in mind
spell
above all else.
Britney.
When I think of TRPGs, I think of a series of
three
battles strung
Ts.
together by some intermittent dialogue and
Yeah.
downtime and a handful of
Is this our new
menus.
bit?
And functionally, that's still true. There's just more pizzazz to the whole thing.
It is
the
funny to say
menus are
type
still
shit, I
kinda
can't
rough,
lie.
To be fair, I spent more time than I would have liked navigating through option dropdowns within option dropdowns to ensure my party was decently stocked up with items for battle. I love tactical RPG combat, but I admit it's slow going. The bigger the
I've
party,
only
the bigger
played,
the enemy army, the more turns it's going to take to clean up shop. So there are about 4
3
missions
houses.
in each of Shining Force's 8 chapters.
And I was
It
not
totals
into
out
the
to more meat
combat.
than that might sound, and the comfortable difficulty curve reflects as such, but I found myself wanting to grind here and there just cause I was
Maybe it
having a
says
good
it
time
was
with
not too far
But
into the
if there aren't
game.
side missions or dedicated training areas or ways
Maybe
to replay old
maybe
missions or
if I
anything,
played
how
this
do
one
you even
instead of
grind?
Fire
At
Emblem,
the
I'd
beginning
like
of the
it.
game, the protagonist starts
But it
with a
wasn't for
simple
me.
ability, Egress. This lets you flee a battle at any time, to be restarted after you've stocked up and decided you're ready to go at it again. While this is theoretically here, primarily to give you an out if things aren't looking hopeful, you can also bounce out of battle when there's only a single enemy trooper left, rinse and repeat, to even out your team's level. I can't say if this is strictly necessary, but it's neat. There's no penalty whatsoever. You know, my first play session with this thing was actually cut woefully short because I started falling asleep.
You know
It
this
wasn't
song.
even boring me or anything, but it was getting late and the whole thing's hypnotic rhythm began to lull me, make my eyes heavy. That shit had me straight up feeling like the sleepy time tea bear. Wait, what? What? Huh? What the fuck? I'm probably speaking out of my ass here because I have about as much interest in Western fantasy media as I do figuring out how to properly file my taxes for my bizarre job next year. Oh god. But if a game series like Langrisser is a sort of Lord of the Rings with bikini armor deal, the Shining games skew way more in line with The Hobbit. Tragically, no bikini armor.
Power
is
Street. Oh yeah, you
not
did
in the
do an
first
endurance
Shining
today,
Force,
didn't you?
but
It was like your
everyone's
second
so
year
glad, dude. I
anniversary.
can't be too busted
Congratulations,
up for it.
B.
Seriously, the first two Shining Force
Congratulations.
games have some of my favorite content.
Have a good
arcs,
sleep. Thank you
period.
for
Everyone's
thank you
big
for
90s
rating
anime hair and expressive eyes.
Hope you have a good
almost
night.
Western sensibilities
Bye-bye.
with their proportions really nicely. And yeah, it makes for one more shining example of hilariously mismatched American box art.
This is us celebrating our 2-year anniversary too. we just did it like 7 months late. Oops.
Some ginger twink named Max rocking an iron oven mitt. I gotta shout out the GBA remake, which
Oopsie.
in all regards seems to be the better experience. Even if there were some concessions to be made for that version or whatever, it's automatically the better experience because you don't have to get your fucking corneas torn asunder by the constant flashing lights in battle.
So we're doing this for 12 hours. Well, actually no, I can't because we leave to go on the trip
is when I really want to dive all the way into. I'm so impressed by how much Camelot was able to do with their consistently
we leave at 8 a.m. and
yeah, those Mario Sports
I need to do. Yeah, this was fire. I need to do more edit. Like, I need to set up for the graduation stream. Like, I have to cook before we leave, so I'm gonna stay up all night editing stuff. Oh, the fam can join. Shut up. I'm gonna edit shit and then clean my room so when my grandma babysits, it's not like, oh, Alex's room is a mess.
Any of you meme lords. Because I just found out
so I'm afraid it can't happen.
RPG.
Garfield
Released
RPG.
in 2006 exclusively for Java cell phones, Garfield 2 Royal Adventure is a close retelling of the 2006 film Garfield: A Tale of Two Kids.
I'm here.
Which Garfield Java cell phone game this is a
Garfield
sequel to?
has the power.
I don't fucking know. Java phone games are fucking weird, dude. I played Mega Man 2 on a flip phone.
Ooh, that
where
looks
the fire
fun.
button was at the dead center of the arrow keys.
Oh, ew,
I played the
What was
Wolfenstein
that?
RPG on a different flip phone. Yeah, there was a cell phone exclusive Wolfenstein RPG. And don't quote me on this, but
The hell is this room?
Like I've heard it was canon.
This is
True
freaky.
fucking Bizarro Land shit. And that's just what we got in the States. An entire subgenre of lost media is Japanese cell phone games. And I don't even want to know what kind of
I learned that they refer to like old
Europhones.
Japanese phones as
Brazil have
Galapagos
cell phone
phones.
games? Fucking Super Pizzeria Bate Papo Brothers.
Because apparently, like Galapagosization is the term that Japan would use when they're making like domestic products versus like trying to appeal to the global market.
To get a Java phone emulator up
So
and running
their
on
old
Resonus.
flip phones are
So,
called
yeah,
like
I haven't even played this
Galapa
fucking
phones.
thing. I just watched some footage of it, and it seems pretty good. Pretty.
Not just far.
pretty
That's an edit, right?
Anime. I feel like everyone has
That was an
one
edit, right?
Famicom RPG in their system.
I think Garfield's gone.
One mercilessly
I need
dated,
that game.
almost
Go get a flip
hostile
phone.
experience that just kind of works for them, even when most other titles from the era are turnoffs. I
Kingdom
can't
Hearts
quite say
Coded
what
was
makes
originally a
1989's
JP only phone game. I
Ghost
feel like
Lion
I
fun
knew
for me.
that.
Maybe it's the particular
Maybe I
unconventional ways it
knew.
simplifies the RPG
What was the
formula,
phone
or
game?
Maybe it's the
Like
big
the
portraits of the
modern
characters
Kingdom
that
Hearts
display
mobile
an
game
emote as you attack enemies
that
in
showed
battle
up in
makes it feel
3.
a bit less aesthetically detached than other 8-bit
Flip phone
titles.
emulator.
Maybe it's just how mysterious the whole thing
I'm sure they're
feels.
out there.
Like most games of the time, the story is very
Oh.
Spartan. You're just kind of left to accept whatever the game puts in your lap. It's
Or
another
key,
title
or
that's streamlined in all
key,
these
or
bizarre
key
ways, but it's a
is
good bit
key,
more
isn't it?
successful
Like the
here than it is
Keyblade.
in My World, My Way, which in a sense almost feels like a spiritual successor.
Galapa,
You
get
level up
out of
3
here.
invisible stats: hope, courage,
Yeah, Shay is
and
possessing
dream,
you.
which translate to your level, HP, and MP. There's not even any
I actually leave.
experience. You
All
only
right,
get
I'll let
money
you.
from
I'll
battles,
at
so
you
instead
if
level
I'll
up by
DM
finding
you if
single-use
Garfield comes
items
back.
that raise your level.
Have a
This
good
means
night.
that grinding is totally obsolete outside of money, and your character progression is more or less synced completely to the story
Be
progression.
well.
It's a neat system that I must admit
Bezel.
doesn't pan out fully in the game's favor. The difficulty curve is kind of all over the place as a result. The battle system has this fun twist where you're exclusively interfacing with battles through the
Maria
item menu,
used the
so you select your
bludgeoning.
weapon to attack, items to heal, etc. In addition,
Goblin
you have
attacks.
summons that can either
Goblin
protect
bees.
or fight alongside the protagonist, who require a
I could not
small
play
MP
this game.
cost to summon. These are effectively your
the
party
fucking
members.
like black
What's
menu
unfortunate
games
is that
couldn't
because
do
things
it.
are so stripped back, simply using basic attacks is almost always the
I don't have
single
the
best
imagination for
strategy,
it.
and attempting to worry too much about setting
I
up
need the pretty
strongholds
colorful
defense
flashing
will
lights.
usually put you within an inch of
For
death.
Mother
Ghost Lion's
Monday.
biggest fault is
I'd
just
rather
being
explode
slow, honestly.
than do
Battles
Mother
take their
Monday.
time, there's no run button, or
I
there
don't have
instant
it in me.
teleports. Dungeons are super small though, so it's not
The
too much of a
the
time waster
millisecond
to
a
bounce
menu
onto the
appears in your
nearby
core
towns to
gameplay
go
loop,
up.
I turn it
The
off.
fast forward feature on your emulator is gonna be your friend.
I just
and
can't
helps
do
the
it.
whole
I
thing
can't
feel
do it.
even more
I'd love
brisk.
to.
The whole thing follows a pretty strict format. You go to town, are told, hey, there's an item you need to get from a small cave that you can use in a slightly bigger cave to get to the next area, and then you go and you do exactly that, then it's on to the next chunk of the overworld. This is a big part of what makes it so easy to play. That consistent flow carries the pacing. Of course, this is told in fairly standard Castlevania 2 isms. A dude will say, the person who sees the shining dog's eye will be able to obtain the horn. And then you go into a dungeon and find an item literally called Dog's Eye. Then you use
Manuel
that at the end of the
Mitchell.
next dungeon and obtain a horn that can
Hey,
be used
if
to
your
progress
world
further.
building is
If you ever
fire,
played the DS
and
Game
your
Center
character
CX game
writing,
released in
and your
America as
music,
Retro
and
Game
your
Challenge,
visual,
this feels a
like
lot
everything
the
is
RPG
fire,
you're in.
I'll
Also,
survive.
the first town is called Bread. Gotta love that they just ripped the red mage sprite more or less wholesale out of Final Fantasy. Good
It's
stuff.
not.
Ghost Lion
It's
is
dog shit. I
incredibly
can't
loosely
lie.
based on a very obscure film, Beyond the Pyramids.
I made it in
White
Microsoft
Lion. It
Paint.
was an American
It took me
Japanese co-production
30
that
minutes
only
for
saw
the
release
entire
in
game's
Japan,
art.
despite being entirely in English. At a whopping
Any
hour and
advice?
50
Invest in
minutes.
Nintendo.
It's pretty lengthy for a children's film. It's no wonder such a bizarre piece of ephemera remains
What do you need
strictly a
advice
relic of
for?
the VHS era. You know you're in bad shape when your movie is more obscure than its largely forgotten NES tie-in. At least Sweet Home has the Kiyoshi Kurosawa
Person
pedigree
just got
to
chopped in
it.
half. Holy shit, Activision just dropped. So you know this game's about to be good. Whatever they're showing. I'm lacking context.
I know this constitutes both the biggest graphical leap in this video, going from dinky baby Dragon Quest pixels to big dick GameCube graphics. And I
Whoa.
know it looks like I'm
Yo, card
really
game?
stretching the definition of anime RPG here, but listen.
That had a funny
From
noise.
Software wouldn't
I'm
be
on call
shit
at 7
without
a.m. Do I
dinky
bank
baby
on not
Dragon
being called in,
Quests,
stay
and
up late, or
doubly
play it safe
wouldn't
and
be
go
shit
to
without
bed
Berserk. And Lost
now?
Kingdoms 2 is a
If
primo
if
example
you
here.
think
It's
you
covered
could fall
in
asleep,
Berserk sauce. The protagonist is an
I would
outcast member
vote
of a
for that
traveling
one,
gang of
honestly.
thieves called the Band of the Scorpion.
But if you're
for
like
Christ's
me
sake.
and like
It's anime
if
enough.
it's not the
main
correct
girl's name
hour
is
for your
Terra
body to want to
Grimface.
sleep,
She's different from everyone else because she's got
then
a fidget spinner. She's at least
like
as anime as the Britney
like you
Spears
can't
Break the
sleep
Ice
unless
music
it's the
video.
like this
Still
the
don't
time
buy it.
that just
Look at
stay
this
up. Don't
fucking
even
guy's
try.
Design. I rest my case. There is one thing I need to split hairs about, though. Some wires got crossed big
Doing
time while
story
From
notes
Software's
sounds
games
fire,
were
but
being
it
brought
could
over
wait.
to the West in the 2000s. In Japan, Evergrace
I think
and
this
its
fully
sequel
relies on your
unannounced
ability to fall
Evergrace
asleep
and
when you want to.
Evergrace 2. However, when H-Tech localized both titles, they did
I'll
so
vote
under
sleep,
the names Evergrace
if you have that
and
power.
Forever Kingdom. Weird choice, but fair play considering Evergrace wasn't especially well received. But then, 2
Evergrace
months
mentioned.
later,
Apparently it wasn't
Activision
well
busts
received.
onto the scene, having localized Rune as Lost Kingdoms. Then, a year later, Rune 2 was localized as Lost Kingdoms 2.
Okay,
In their own
I'm
camps,
following
these are
the lore
perfectly
here.
normal, but come on.
Oh,
How
yeah,
much
it
more
sucks.
confusing could it get trying to keep track of which is which? Now onto the fact that Evergrace 2, localized as Forever Kingdom, has a location called Forgotten Valley. It's a miracle I haven't accidentally called Forever Kingdom. Fuck, I meant to write in my script Lost Kingdoms 2 here. It's a miracle I haven't accidentally called Lost Kingdoms 2 Kingdom Hearts. Factor in Vandal Hearts, Dual
Whoa.
Hearts, Shadow Tower, Tower of Duraga, Nightmare of Duraga, Princess Nightmare, Princess of Darkness, Ark the Lad, End of
Princess of Darkness
Star
looked
Ocean
cool.
till the end of time, Growlancer, Wayfarers of Time, Growlancer Generations, Generations of Chaos Desire, Demon Chaos, Mocking Shao, Demon Sword, Swords of Destiny, Shadow of Destiny, also known as Shadow of Memories,
Mario Brothers,
Kingdom
Mario
Hearts,
Brothers 2,
Legion of
Mario
Memories.
Brothers
Do you
3.
half expect me to be calling
I get it.
Forever
I've been
Kingdom,
there too.
featuring
I've
a
been there
location
too.
called Forgotten Valley,
I also
known in
get
Japan
lost.
as Evergrace 2, released on January
Legend of
22
Zelda,
of
Legend of
2002
Zelda,
for the Sony
Legend. I get it.
PlayStation 2.
I get
Some
it.
shit like Hidden Valley Ranch 2.
Ooh, shit. We saw those. Value packs?
I know I've unintentionally made a career of brazenly championing artistic underdogs to a degree that often reaches recursive contrarianism, but
Evergrace
listen,
OST just
I
hard.
think
Is
I
this the one
found
you
FromSoft
shared?
game for me. I'm serious. I adore this
Did you
thing.
drink for every
Something
boss
about it just
localization
took my
title?
breath away.
Nah.
Maybe part of it is an
I'll
expectation.
take it. Cheers to that, and I drink some
but
Dr. Pepper.
I'm way too much of a dabbler to get anything substantive out of the Souls games.
Dr.
And I don't care enough about being good
Perky.
at video games to
They've
push
been
through
Dr.
for the sake of the
Perky.
emergent story
Locked up in
born
the
from
crib,
getting
drinking
my
Dr.
ass
Bob.
handed to me a billion times in a row. I see the appeal. I've tasted the appeal. I beat the Capra Demon on my first try, and that's not a joke. Souls games just aren't for me. I'm not busted up about it. I don't think listening to a game's soundtrack without having played it makes you a poser, but Evergrace is a game I know I
Poser
will
alert.
beat one day. Mark my words, it
Wee woo,
will
wee
happen.
woo.
I knew I needed to
Poser.
play it, just marvel at it with my own 2 eyes and my own 2 ears, and I did.
Thank you
and
for the
it's pretty
assist,
good.
Erlinger.
The FromSoft titles I've played
I
up
do
to
like
this
that
point are
song.
fairly emblematic of the
Must have watched that
From
video.
Software tone, the despondent laughter in
We
the
stopped
distance,
watching
nothing
this
telling you fuck all
lovely
anywhere,
documentary,
shit
which
just kinda happening,
watched fucked up
everything
in the
taking
crib
place in
5 times.
post-history. It's easy to assume
Yo,
Cooking
Cooking
Cream's the only
Cream.
outlier in their non-mech catalog, but take it from me, funky little Hazel. Lost Kingdoms 2 is about as accessible, transparent, and friendly as one of these games can get, shy of
Tag
say,
yourself, I'm
Enchanted Arms,
Tookie.
which helps because on paper it's kind of a doozy. I'm not gonna explain it.
Poser is
Within an
hilarious.
hour, I knew
I
everything
like
felt
knowing that
I
that
needed to
bit was
know,
just
and
you
was
like
having a good
scrolling
time
the
filling out the
emojis
intricacies
for
as
like
I
a whole
went.
60
I
seconds.
promise, when I say it's an action
where's like 2
deck-building
people dancing?
card RPG, you don't have to brace yourself for Chain of Memories flashbacks. The game jokingly refuses to give you a combat tutorial in the starting area, but proceeds to be quite detailed in making sure you're not lost. Likewise, any and all environmental puzzles boil down to clear, understandable logic, at least from what I played.
I want more games with card combat.
For me, I want to play too.
Chain of Memories is fire.
Play with some of your monster friends, freak.
It's not
That wasn't
exactly free
edited.
from FromSoft's Esoterica, but all that winds up contributing to
That was
Lost
good.
Kingdom
I wanna
2's
laugh
wider
like that.
hangout ability, which is epitomized by Kadishu, the first town you get to.
I love the GameCube controller layout.
It does not get better than this. The crummy old grass and cobblestone paths, the ever so slightly
What's
wonky
your interest in the
architecture,
Dummy
how big it
Tensei?
feels relative to
I already
everyone's
forget what I
size.
said. I agree
It comes
though.
pretty close to feeling one-to-one with the characters, who are all, of course, standing around a good 8 feet apart from one another, chatting
What
about
are these
Kunjo's
guys?
butt.
Look at those
Every good
proportions.
JRPG
Oh my
town has
god.
kids aimlessly circling
Oh,
a
the card
fountain.
game stuff?
Folks just leave their stuff outside, and it's fine and safe to do so.
I thought Shin
Their
Megami was
horses
like
chilling
Persona.
peacefully in their stables. This dog waltzes up to you and follows you around, where you find a demon hound card in a chest. A whole bunch of pigeons hang around and scatter when you walk by. I love those guys. There's a hill that overlooks much of the town, and since the distance fog is so slight, it tints buildings and figures in the distance rather than obscuring them flat out. It's a place that feels tranquil, but that still carries a bit of baggage, a bit of melancholy to it, reflected perfectly by the town's theme. This song is one of my favorite Kota Hoshino compositions, which is saying a lot because Kota Hoshino is one of my favorite game composers ever. It's just a genius piece of left-field songwriting. This thing starts with a 7-note long sample from what I think is Mozart's Queen of the Night on violin. And that's it. That's fucking it. The strings never come back. And it becomes a song based around a very simple, steady drum pattern, some MIDI woodwinds, an upright bass, and a pitch-bending electric piano. That's so fucking cool. Like, who does that? That's amazing. The composition gives off this feeling of cautious hopefulness that speaks very profoundly to me. If ever there was a song that captured the feeling of returning to an old haunt as an outsider, it's this one. Hello,
I think that's a
we've,
good
more or
segue.
less reached
Yup. Perfect. Boom, choppa boom, choppa boom, choppa boom, choppa blap 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 blap. Here, I have an idea. I have an idea. Are you the right tab? Yeah, you're the right tab. It's time. Lucky Star mentioned it. I suppose it was. I suppose seeing a figurine with your eyeballs is a mention. Where am I? There I am. Yapping. Hi. Dude, I hate OBS. Why does the slide up? What? The worst, dude. What were they thinking? Miserable ass software. What up? Welp. Welp. It's about that time. Hello. Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to talk here. Good lord. Jeez. Well, about that time. Anybody have any last words before we end it? The last stream will be my graduation stream. It's on Monday, by the way. Let me flash it for you. My ass really did just delete it, and I was gonna use it. Is this it? Yeah. No. Hold on. One sec. There you go. There you go. There it is. Next Monday, the graduation stream. I need to put that on YouTube too, because there's people who are like, I'll be there tomorrow. I won't. I won't. Graduation stream Monday. The YouTube video when it gets done. God knows when. And then it's so over. The graduation stream will be probably short. It'll be short and pretty scripted, so don't expect like a lot of talking, like from me to you. You know what I mean? I'll probably read chat. There's like a segment I can think of where it'll be chat reading time, but there's some like scripted shit. So yeah. So yeah, this was it. Any final words? Any final questions? Any final goodbyes? Even though like I'll still be alive and on Discord and you can just go say hi there. I'm online all the time. See you all on the other side. We're all turning into ghosts. We're doing the ritual where we all turn into ghosts and disappear from the real world. We're going to another plane of existence. We're hopping on the Boeing. The 747. And then like the door is not attached all the way and it flies off. Or something like that. I think that's how Boeings work. But then we make a lot of money because of the lawsuit. Because we live actually. And then we go live lives on islands. Deal? You guys want to sound good? Deal? Put it up. Well, I guess that's all I got. We didn't do any Anime Expo merchandise scouting, but I'm just gonna leave it to Blue. I'm just gonna give him a bunch of money and I'll just let him buy whatever he wants. I'll be happy. Way ahead of you. Thank you. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. I enjoyed watching YouTube content creators. I'm gonna do that more. I'm gonna go ahead and like this video. The grad stream should be a little longer. If I had more content for you, sure. I don't. It's gonna be a short one. It's gonna be real short. Like, I don't have the time to pre-edit it. I almost thought about just like editing it like a video and then just like airing it live and I could talk and chat with you while all the scripted shit happens on screen. I'm gonna have to do it live, so. But there's some stuff in the works. And an extra hour of silence, the outro just keeps fucking going. Not a terrible idea. I mean, it is a bad one, don't get me wrong. It's not terrible though. It's just pretty bad. Pretty mid idea. But yeah, that's it from me. We had fun here on the Let's Resonus YouTube channel. I hope we'll have a little bit more fun to the intro. No, I'm not doing that either. You're getting your solid 5 minutes as per usual. I'm afraid. Alright, I'm gonna hit the bye-bye button. I'm gonna have a good vacation. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing before I leave. I'm gonna sleep in the car, hopefully. I'm probably just gonna be up I'm gonna be up for like 30 hours straight, some sud balls. I'm gonna take my laptop and try and do some work while I'm gone. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do it on my phone. That'll be easier. Goodbye, Deemers. Whatever. What the hell is that emoji? What? Ew. I wish we didn't lose our emojis. But we did. Alrighty. I'm hitting the button. Good night. Good night. Bye.